Is that one whole chat? One whole chat. Welcome. It is so good to have all of you here. Thank you for joining us for another installment of Tales from Salt Bay, our interim silly playtime while Abria takes a break from the GM seat. And I will be sort of your GM this week, although in the game of Good Society, I am known as the facilitator, as it is an extremely collaborative game in which we are all working equally together to build our very own Jane Austen novel.
Which dice do I need for this?
There are no dice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you even want to
sell
play
dice? What are we doing? I can't be a part of this.
I thought we were here to promote Abria's dice.
Yeah.
That's why we started Pirates of Salt Bay.
Listen, if you need to start making resolve tokens, okay? And you need to start making monologue tokens, and then you can be incorporated into this game thusly. And chat, speaking of resolve tokens, y'all already unlocked one. And that means that is going to be going to one of our players here. So thank you very much. And then at 50 subscribers, I believe you are able to unlock a monologue token. But let me explain a bit about the game really quick, because I'm sure it's new to all of us, and I'm sure it's new to many of you in the chat or in the VODs, wherever you may be. So let's go ahead and go through it really quick. Player principles and the collaborative nature of the game. Like I said, it is super collaborative. We're all going to be working together. We're going to be talking a lot between each other to suggest things for each other's characters, to suggest things for each other's connections, and to suggest thematic or literal changes within the story. And sometimes those come at a cost with the resolve token, or sometimes they're a bit minor and we can just collaborate outside the realm of the resolve tokens. There are cycles of play, and let me walk through those really quick. It's going to start with the novel chapter, which is where we set the scene and we start playing. Normally the very first novel chapter of the game is going to be a large event. So all the characters have a chance to meet each other and have their own scenes within that. Next is going to be the reputation phase. We are going to assess all the major characters' behavior during that first novel chapter to see if their reputation amongst the larger society has changed. And through that, we're going to create reputations tags, and those reputation tags can either turn into resolve tokens, or if they accumulate too many, can turn into permanent boons or deficits to the character until they are further taken care of. And then the next phase is the rumor and scandal phase, where we work together to create rumors. You can either create one, you can help spread one, and everybody gets 2 turns to either create or spread. If they are spread, they really catch on. The greater society, all the characters believe them and they start impacting the story. And if they're not spread, they slowly fade out and are forgotten. Next is going to be the, I'm going to say this wrong, epistolary? Epistolary? Oh, okay. I like look at Abria. I'm like, that's it. Where we're going to be writing letters. Did the music stop again?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know how to.
It's just being patient and polite and being
I don't know
waiting.
how to make this thing. I think it's just tired. Is it just tired?
To be fair, like mood, honestly.
Same.
If you'd like, you
Big
can
same.
promote like one of us to GM, and then we can keep an eye on it.
Eric just volunteered as tribute, and I respect
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that. How do I do that?
I'm not sure.
Oh my God. You guys, do you know how bad this is? I think I work for Roll20 and I don't know how to do that.
Oopsie. I press play again. I can't hear it, but
I
I can hear it.
okay. Great.
I'm not listening.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. After the epistolary phase, so everybody gets a chance to write up to 2
Jimmy
letters.
Buffett. Sorry. Thanks, Jimmy Buffett.
His name is Jimothy. We're playing
Jimothy.
Fancy Boy.
Oh, Jimothy Buffett.
Lord Jimothy.
Cheers,
Buffett.
Jimothy. Cheers, Jimothy. Cheers.
Buffett, sure.
And people can choose to write letters to whoever they want, or they can compel somebody else with a resolve token to write a letter to somebody of their choosing. And then after that is another novel chapter where we will continue to have more scenes. Usually the second phase, we're going to have either split scenes or visitations. So it'll be a number of one-on-one or smaller group scenes that people can ask to have. And then we have another reputation phase, which repeats the same as the first. Another epistolary phase repeats the same as the first. And at the very end of the game, we're going to be doing an upkeep phase where we just go over and talk about how the game went, if we're staying on brand with like the collaboration things that we set up before we got on camera today. And we are going to figure out if desires need to change and things like that. So basically just upkeep of the characters and the story. So we'll be ready to go for next time. So yeah, that is the cycle of play. And like I said, I provided a lot of examples for the resolve tokens, but basically resolve tokens are anything, can be used for anything that's going to dramatically change the story or impact another character in a big way. So that can be anything from like a carriage crash to someone's secrets being leaked, that their family is now destitute or something like that. If it's something big that has an impact, a resolve token has to be played. And if it's involving another character, then we have to go into negotiation to make sure everybody is in consent with what is about to occur. Monologue tokens, everybody starts with one of those, and you can play it at any time during the game to force another character to, in the moment they're in, or go back to a point in time where they share their inner monologue out loud. If you still have it by the end of the game, you are forced to use it in the final phase so that everybody gets a chance to monologue. And y'all can mark that on your sheets as well when you use your monologue token, and also when you do a monologue, so folks can go in and see who hasn't had a chance to have that sort of spotlight moment. Reputation, like I said, is going to change based on how the characters perform in the active scenes, and if they're going against or for the sort of wills and wants of their family background and or desires. And yeah, the desires can change over the course of time. If you're seeking out a particular love and it's obvious there is no, they are not giving any of that back to you, perhaps your whims change to another, or maybe you just want to work on yourself for a while. So that can change at any point as well. And yeah, I think that's all we need to talk about. Any questions from the cast or things you think I should elaborate on?
I just want to make sure I understood correctly. The monologue tokens are used to get someone else to monologue, not yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You
Just
cannot
making
use them
sure.
on yourself. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, if everyone's, I don't, Eric, do you need to plug people? Because I don't think I got info on that.
What?
Like brands we work with? Hero Forge. Minis that you can custom make, and now they also paint them, and it's very cool. Please go to their website and use code
Go.
Saving Throw Show for a discount, I bet. 10% off. Oh my goodness.
Thanks, God.
Thank you, God. Okay, sorry. I don't think I had this sheet before. Oh,
Aww.
we probably look nuts.
Hi, everyone. We here at Saving Throw are sponsored by a Hero Forge, maker of incredible minis like this one. Now printed in 3D and in color, so you can design your own custom miniatures and have them printed out in color. Use code Saving Throw Show at checkout and receive 10% off your order. Did I do it? Did I do it? Voice in the head that only I hear?
That was good.
Thank you.
Wait, you
Thank
hear
you,
a
Eric.
voice?
Always.
Oh no.
We do look crazy, you guys. It's great. But we always look crazy, so I'm here for it.
We look pretty crazy. Oh my God.
Who needs
the
to
glove
be
came
saying
off.
when we're this hot?
I had to write with one of my hands, so I had my fancy pen, to write.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that maybe I'm flirting with somebody. I didn't read the full glove flirt fan situation.
I did
I
not
read
read
the
it at
fan
all.
flirt, and the closest fan I have is a Pantone thing.
Oh, don't do
Oh
that.
no, I have like real nice fans. Maybe I'll get you one before the next episode.
I have like
Drop one
drag
by.
queen fans. They are not the same.
Oh, I have those too. I have a Latrice Royale snap.
Yes.
The shade of it all. I have one of those.
Are y'all ready for a couple toasts? We got some bevies.
Yes, please.
All right, our first toast is from Diana Moon. To the esteemed gentle persons of Salt Bay, may your teacup ever flow, your fans ever fanning, and your yearning be one day fulfilled. Love you all, Lady Diana of the Moon Court.
Oh,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Also from Jim.
I looked to see Negs had a beer and it killed me.
My lady always drinks her beer with her pinky out.
We
The
didn't
beer
have-
automatically
I'm
makes you
also
look like
drinking beer, but I put my beer in a mug.
that's
So
classy.
did I.
Oh my god, you're drinking a beer out of there?
Yes.
It's a
Are
stout.
you really?
No.
That's disgusting.
I've done it. I've definitely had a beer out of a sippy cup.
Oh my god.
I love you, Terry.
Classy.
Company
I
you
love
keep.
you.
Harry is the
Our
best of all
second
of us.
toast is from Jimothy Buffett, and they say,
Timothy.
"Did you know Jane Austen wrote books? All this time, I thought she just made a bunch of sexually repressed movies." Cheers.
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 Lord Jimothy of Margaritaville.
Of the Margaritaville estate.
It's Margarita Share.
Margaritaville.
There are no vills yet.
Dark of Nate says, "It is a fact universally acknowledged that you all look amazing. Good luck with the whole marriage economy thing, and watch out for zombies," whatever that means.
What's a
Cheers.
zombie?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Go on. What are these zombies?
Sounds like some rabble.
If I
Pride and
found a
prejudice
zombie,
and zombies, I'd say.
I would dispatch it with extreme prejudice.
I
And
would
have
dispatch
pride
it
in
with my
doing so.
pride.
Thank you,
Ooh.
brother. We're all going to do it. Good.
Oh my
Get the
goodness.
soul.
All right. Maxine Young says, for a good time.
Ooh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Not a long time.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. All right, that is it for toast for right now. We've done our sponsors, I think. Okay, I'm not reading the rest of this. Thank you, Dom. Let me put this over here. But in the interim, if we could have everyone go around and introduce their major characters in depth and sort of just briefly acknowledge the connections you'll be playing as well. Let's start with Eric.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eric, and I'm playing Rupert Wildingham, who is the youngest son of the Wildinghams. I do have an older sister, played by Abria, and my connections are Grant Wildingham, who is my father, and Daniel Boyd, who is a friend from school.
Abria?
Hello, I'm Abria Iyengar playing Rosaline Wildingham, also known as Mistress Pembroke, because
For now.
unlike my younger brother, I'm the one that's set to inherit all of our lands and titles, and honestly, I'm deeply deserving of this. My relationship of note is that with Dame Clara Andrews, played by the ever-effusive, ever-ebullient Terry Gamble. My personal connections are my mother, the current Marchioness of Pembroke, Iris Wildingham, and Alexander Chalmers, a suitor of mine. We'll see how he does. But I'll be playing Florinda Dowell. We'll learn more about her later.
Negs?
Hi, I'm Nega Oryx, and I will be playing Adelaide Harrowby for you today. In addition to playing Adelaide, my connections are Florinda Dowell, my mother, played by Abria, and Ashton Dowell, my stepbrother, played by Eric. I will also be playing Iris Wildingham, Rupert and Rosalind's mother. And she's a card. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Thanks for having me.
Give me.
I just want to watch that. I just want to watch that all day. Gosh.
The accent's so good.
Listen, y'all
It's
can
not fair.
use your resolve tokens to just like put negs in every scene. I'm
gonna make
Next,
her
be in all the
monologue
scenes. Monologue now.
everything.
Can we use
She
all of our
relied on
tokens
me-
on her?
Like how she relied on me for the musical episode, I'm gonna rely on her for this.
Can I use my resolve
Even
token?
though I'm
Talking.
I'm going to use my resolve token to start a rumor that that Adelaide is actually 17 different people that all have
Yes.
the same voice.
Yes.
Oh, that's alarming.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you
This
for
got
that.
supernatural all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Thank you, Negs. Terry.
Yes, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Dame Clara Andrews, the Dowager, meaning I inherited lots of money from my late husband, John. Unclear how he died. Just kidding. I'm sure he died well. I have a few connections. I have some friends. I have a dear benefactor I'm the patron of, our dear Adelaide, played by Neg Oryx today. And then she's lovely. I'm also have a couple other connections. I have Edwin, Terry, who I don't know. I think I left the room when we forget who's playing whose. My
I've labeled them in the Google sheet for reference.
perfect.
See it.
Thank you. I'm moving over in the sheet and looking.
Facilitator for both.
Facilitator, thank you so much. The facilitator's playing both. Fabulous. I can't wait. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Havana Rama. It's playing Edwin Terry. He was a military man that I fell madly in love with, but we are no longer together. And then Cecily Baybridge, a long distant relative. Okay, she's a first cousin, but she wants the money. She doesn't deserve the money, but she would like the money. And I'm playing also, did I already say Alexander Chalmers, Rosalind's suitor. I'm going to be a little more hot, love. Hey, love.
Oh.
I know.
He gruff though.
Little bit.
Pale, nervous,
I like
and insecure with that voice. Okay.
But
He's going to be like,
Swear.
so,
how they say, bitch, where? You seem quite down. What's up?
excuse me.
Whose man is this?
I'm about
I
to
shall.
hit this shit in the gazebo. Let's go.
Yo,
We
Bria.
shall make
What?
for a walk around the garden.
Oh my goodness, so uncouth, my lord.
Someone come get thine man. I believe he is slipping into
I'm
my
sorry.
gazebo.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I've slipped in.
Oh,
Do you
my
have any
goodness.
macaroni?
This has already gone so far south, I don't know if we'll ever recover. All right, that is everyone's characters. Those are the connections. And now we're going to start some collaborating. What do you think, fam?
Yeah.
All right, first things first, we need to decide the first event in the game, the first novel chapter, where we're going to be basically writing together the first part of this. I almost said Steve Austen novel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stone
Well,
cold
yeah.
sense and
Steve
sensibility.
Austin, I write the different kind of books.
Yeah.
I would be there for that too.
God. We want it to be an event. We want it to be in the middle of the action. So everyone's already sort of mingling and there's already momentum with the story. So with that in mind, with all these characters in mind, is anyone feeling a certain way about what kind of event they would like to do?
I have an idea.
Let's
I think
go.
Iris Wildingham is throwing one of her infamous balls for some sort of pet philanthropy. No one knows what it is. No one keeps it straight. And we all just sort of suffer through like an amazing lavish ball, but there are also like 18 like whippet puppies running around. It's a very weird scene.
Wait, what is pet philanthropy? What do you mean by that?
It's like
Iris like is a dog lover and like a breeder, and she like throws like raise money for hounds to have shoes, dumb
You
things.
see, the dogs, dear, they spend so much time indoors and in the shade because they are not working puppies that their skin is just far too delicate. And so we gather here today to fundraise for my dear darling whippets for proper skin protection for them, as they are due. Does that make enough sense to you, my dear?
Perfectly, mother.
Quite.
Yes, mother.
I thought.
Okay, so it's being thrown by Iris on the Pembroke estate, and the ball is raising money for
Dog
the sensitivity of whippets.
Dog sunblock.
We're gonna call it the sensitivity of whippets.
That is the title of this book.
That
The
is
sense and
officially
sensitivity of whippets.
of whippets. The sense and sensibility of whippets. Yes. Can you describe maybe this estate, the Pembroke estate overall, and since you all share this estate, you can work together. And then, Tara, if you just want to throw in details you would like to see, please do.
Sure.
But more specifically, the room this event is being held in, so the ballroom.
Oh, lots of chandeliers. Lots.
Lots of chandeliers.
That's all I've got. That's all I've
Okay.
got. Sorry, do you need more?
The outside grounds are super like heavily wooded, and we have like a ton of game, and it's a very like outdoorsman's dream. Like our stables are sort of like famous in the area, and there's like a beautiful like it takes like a mile to go from the property to the estate proper in this like long, beautiful wooded path. And that has nothing to do with what's inside, so I didn't help.
No, I like this. This is just good for general scene setting. I imagine we'll be here again.
Lots of parks and lakes.
Parks and lakes. Okay.
I would imagine that Iris has a statue erected for each pup that passes away, and she has like a long
There's
corridor.
a literal pet cemetery.
No, because it's not where they're buried. It's like a hall of fame, sort of like how the presidents each get a portrait. She does that for her pets.
Yeah.
They
They're
sound
inside
like-
or they're
inside,
outside?
Yeah, inside. So
Because I could also see like a garden that's just filled with whippet statues.
there you go. So instead
Oh
of
my
having
God,
like
I love it.
a nice garden for people to walk through, you know, at like garden parties and stuff, instead of having like nicely trimmed hedges being the centerpieces and, you know, exotic flowers and stuff, her focal point that she proudly points out to everyone who comes over for a party is taking them on a historical walkthrough of all of her puppies she's ever had, which each have a statue of them in a pose that's meant to reflect their personality while they were alive.
Does she have like a name for like the statue? Like normally someone would call that a statue garden. How about this? Can I propose the whippet walk?
The
The whippet walk.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's good.
How dare.
You walk it real good. The whip it. Whip it walk.
Okay, Eric.
I like it is the not the grand ballroom, but the other ballroom on the west wing, and it is the one like in it is the one that has the most portraits of various dogs that she's had like commissioned, like hers with dogs
everywhere.
Yeah, just in this one, like because this
Okay.
is the because this one's for the dogs, so
Okay.
this is. So like just the walls of this ballroom are just lined with very, very well done portraits of Mother and the dogs. Some with some of the rest of family, but it's mostly Mother and the dogs.
Amazing.
Brother, do you remember? And I think one of the portraits is like us with the dogs, and we look pleased. But it's very clear that the artist had to make us look not annoyed to be covered by dogs.
Our faces don't look right.
Yeah, they're not quite right.
They're just
That
not
dog was
your
actively
faces.
shitting on me the entire time. The
He
whole
bit
time.
my hand.
So what is and this is open to anyone to answer, but what does the fundraising look like in this circumstance? Like you're fundraising for dogs in the Regency era in a ballroom. Like, is there a fee to get in? Is there like a donation box? Like
I think there's probably like a person that goes around with dogs on leashes that like we have a servant going around with like a donation plate that they can leave stuff to, but it's also a per plate dinner, so you pay to get in.
So per plate dinner, is this something that is like, I guess I'm wondering if like people are walking in the door and exchanging money, or it's something they sent ahead of time.
It's something they would have sent ahead of time.
Yeah,
Okay.
no one touches money.
Okay.
I didn't even think that, like, when you said fundraiser and you said pay for it, that's very confusing to me. I assumed
We're
that
just
someone
raising
else handled that.
awareness.
Yes. Awareness of dogs.
That's what we're raising.
Love the sun or the shade. I'm not super sure which.
They love the sun or the shade. Who knows? And then you said the servants are also picking up like
They
just
have,
random
like,
donations.
They have like a collection plate so that if you want to like give, like they'll walk around with a dog. Not many people do, and it's very embarrassing for everyone involved. But
It's how we suss out the new money.
yeah,
That's right.
Ooh, they brought money with them. Oh God.
Also,
you mean you didn't bring jewels?
give the dogs a diamond, I say. And then can someone else answer, like, we heard there's dogs running around. Are they dressed up? Are they on any sort of leash? Are they being displayed? Are they just rampant? What's their behavior like? Anything like that?
Oh, I think
Iris,
they're
this is you.
disgusting.
Yeah.
You think they're disgusting?
I think there's too many. I just had a vision of. Have you watched The Queen of Versailles?
No.
It's a really tragic documentary about one of the biggest homes in America that was built, and the lady had so many dogs, but she just let them shit around the. I mean, it's like this beautiful.
Yeah.
Literally, they're making a replica of Versailles in Florida.
Yeah.
And they just let these dogs just literally do whatever they wanted.
it's like
But
the
I also-
Osbournes. If you
I
ever
think
watched
that's
the
called
Osbournes,
animal
Yes.
hoarding. Yeah.
But I'm also kind of having a vision though of like watching the Queen again and like all those corgis and like they're really cute and like they're very well taken care of. So it could really. I feel like it's
somewhere
like either
between the Queen and Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah.
There's a very fine line, but somewhere between there. Next, you were gonna say?
I think she very, without a hint of levity or like self-awareness, absolutely dresses the dogs up and does not think twice about it. Like she's not trying to be cutesy. She doesn't think twice that anyone might look at that as strange. They are her babies, and what is she supposed to let them walk around naked where people can see them? You know,
Is there a theme in their garb? Are they all dressed differently?
well, I mean, today's a party, so they're dressed in their party attire.
Their
obviously.
finery. Yeah.
Yes, they must match the dress code, and in fact, the dress code is set by them for them, with humans as an afterthought.
My goodness.
So they are dressed in fine jackets, and I think most of the dogs have been like dressed in fine clothes for so long that they just like move about completely unaffected by it.
Mhm.
But like every now and then you'll walk into a room and you'll just see one dog like still like shaking little like the socks that it's wearing on its feet, like
Oh
kicking
yeah.
the
Does
little
it do
socks
the
off.
walk that's like
And,
wide
like,
and gangly? Like
Or it's
servant
got
is
like
following
one
them.
paw stuck in its dress, so it's three-legging it.
Yeah, and like a servant is behind every single one of the problem dogs, the trouble dogs, with like really nice
problem
white
dogs.
gloves on, picking out their paws and you
Oh
know
my
straightening
God,
them
yeah.
out and just following them around very
All the
politely.
servants, they're dressed like normal, but they all have like dog ears that were made for them that they have to walk around in.
No, they
Yes.
don't.
yeah.
Eric, you are gonna have to use a resolve token if you want that to happen.
Absolutely.
There's no way. That's so weird. All the servants are wearing fake dog ears.
This
No,
is
they're like
eccentric as hell.
Gilded. They're super cute.
I don't care. Resolve token. Mark it
I'm
off your
spending it.
sheet. Mark
I'm
it off
spending
your
it.
sheet.
Yeah.
So it, just like as a heads up, if anyone in chat is wondering if we're sticking to strict historical accuracy here, we're flexible on it. We're flexible.
This
we're
feels
adding the dog ears
accurate.
in. You know, why not? It's our
There's
version.
not
That's
much on the
so
countryside
weird.
This
sometimes
is-
for entertainment.
This is Mother's fun party that she has once a year.
Yes.
To amuse her.
All right.
I would
Does anyone
honestly
else?
wouldn't mind a pair of jewel encrusted dog ears. I feel like.
I mean, we
But they're
can
not
work you
jewel
into some
encrusted.
thievery.
They're not jewel encrusted. They're just
They're
servants.
oh,
They're
Wow.
like cute.
do we have nice ones for us for like?
No,
After
no,
party?
we would never wear that.
Terry, I think if in the
mine
midst
off.
of this ball you want to try and steal some, I think that's gonna be that could be interesting. Just saying.
Got it.
Okay, does anyone else want you mark that resolve token off, Eric?
Yeah.
You took away one of your resolve
Yes.
tokens? Okay, and take it away from your major character.
Yes.
Yeah, you did
Yes.
it.
Okay, perfect. Does anyone else want to add anything before we start in?
I no.
No? All right.
You sure? There's something right there at the tip
No,
of your
it's
little
okay.
tongue.
We can discover it in the game.
That's true. We can still add details throughout. Absolutely. All right. Here we go. I have a special playlist.
What color? What's the dress code? That's the important thing. What color are they wearing?
The dogs or
Mhm.
everyone?
Well, there's not a difference in that answer, Vanna.
I feel like Negs has to.
Mother, what's the dress code?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like it would be all white and blue.
Yeah.
I think that would be the
Oh.
dress code.
Blue light party.
And so I think you would be able to tell like people's differences in status if they don't have anything blue to wear, essentially. Like if they're just adding a little accent, because that's a more expensive kind
Yeah.
of cloth or fabric.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right. Can everybody hear the ball music?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Now I feel like I should put on roll 20.
You don't have to.
Peer pressure.
All right. So you step into this, or not you step, everybody's already present in this, but the camera sort of steps into view, sweeping down from these high arched and gilded ceilings into the smaller ballroom of the Pembroke estate, because this is not the major ball of the year, but one of the fun balls of the year being thrown by Iris, what did we say?
She's the Marchioness of Pembroke.
Marchioness of Pembroke, Iris Wildingham. And you step in and there's all these people dressed in finery and they are chatting with each other. In the center of the room, there are people swinging about in dance and trading partners here and there. There are other people, older folks that are attending that are sitting at the tables around the room. And through it all, there are whippets, tiny little skinny shivering dogs dressed in perfect matching regalia, flitting about the space, stealing snacks and hors d'oeuvres off of tables, sniffing at ladies' petticoats and tugging on the trousers of the men, chasing children around the space as they weave in and out of the ballroom and sort of go about their business around the rest of the Pembroke estate, even flitting outside every now and then to do their business before returning to the party. That is all for them. For this event is for, what did we decide? The betterment of whippets, the sensitivity of whippets.
Yes.
Just for the sensitivity of whippets, for their
It's a
sensitivity
really important cause.
of emotion, their sensitivity of skin, their sensitivity of physicality. It is to support them and find ways to keep them a thriving breed in this English countryside, for they are a symbol of pride and honor amongst all favorable houses. And as we zoom closer into the scene, we come to a more dedicated scene. Does anyone have something they want to throw in? Who they're having a conversation with, who they're interacting with, who they're not interacting with? Introductions of some kind.
Oh, I'll go.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, do you want to go? Do you want to go next?
No,
Okay.
please go right ahead.
So Rosaline, I don't know how to say that name. That will escape me.
Rosalind.
Rosaline?
Rosalind.
We'll go with Rosalind. So Rosalind is super at home in all of, she's literally in her home, but also isn't like bothered. So she's wearing like a gentleman's outfit for the ball that actually matches, like dead on matches the outfits of the whippets. Like a little like high collared, like navy blue velvet thing. Her tails kind of go into ruffles, so it looks a little bit like a dress, and then white pants that go into like white heels. And she's just sort of leaning over talking to Alexander, this like suitor of hers. And every now and then she like reaches into her pocket, and instead of pulling out a pocket watch, she pulls out a little dog whistle when the dogs start messing with her. And she just like, while drinking and talking to him, just gives it a little toot, and the dogs like immediately like yip and then like run away in a different direction. And she's like completely at home and like unbothered by this like very absurd party.
You've got them under quite a lot of control.
Oh, the secret, my dear Alex, is just, you have to establish dominance, you know? Just...
Right. That sounds quite nice.
Mhm.
Are you quite dominant all the time?
I dare say so, yes. Absolutely. Are you enjoying the party?
Yes, everything is quite lovely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything. Your face, this party, your face.
Oh, you're so sweet. And she like reaches forward and kind of like, I don't know, moves a tendril of mutton chop. I don't know what a facial flirt is.
It's quite forward.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be so bold.
I don't mind. I just want to make sure that your reputation is never in question.
I am the Mistress Pembroke. My reputation is above reproach, and I can't imagine anyone saying anything untoward. We are just two lovely young individuals enjoying a party. And she blows the whistle again because a dog has just begun to pee on her shoe.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm. Where's my brother?
A servant frantically like sees this and you can see the like fear in their eyes. Like they look at the dog peeing, they look at you, and then they like pull out a kerchief from their pockets so fast, and they're instantly on the floor, shining your shoe and shooing the dog away. Picking it up with one hand and but trying to be gentle with it and doing a deep bow to you, an apology. And they walk away with the dog.
Such a sensitive breed.
Oh, you were talking about the dogs.
Yes. Can I get you a glass of something maybe a little stronger than champagne? You seem nervous. Now that you're part of society, you're going to have to get used to things like this.
I'll take a whiskey, I suppose.
Okay. Wait right here. I'll be back.
And we see Rosalind walk away unmiffed from her suitor, and the camera pulls back and scoops around the room and then pushes back in on
Rupert, who is talking to Daniel.
Okay.
Boyle. Do you see Danny? Do you see
See what, my lord?
the way my sister flaunts about, as if the eyes of everyone aren't on her, as if she's just a person hanging out, enjoying themselves?
Well, I imagine many eyes are on her. She's quite handsome.
Yes, they are. But the touch, the freeness. I was going to wear that too. I was also going to wear that.
Wear what, sir?
The outfit.
That your sister's wearing?
Yes, she came to me. I mean, obviously a little less lace towards the bottom, but yes, she came to me, like not 4 hours. Not 4 hours, and said, "And what do you think?" in full regalia, and knowing full well what I was going to wear. We'd already covered this. We didn't. Mother said we couldn't clash, and of course, when old Rosalind has picked out her outfit, well, guess who gets to change? Can't clash. Guess who has to change?
Well, if I can say, sir, you look really dashing.
Thank you.
What you've chosen to wear, if it's a second, it feels like a first option. That is.
I'm sure many ladies in this room are having eyes on you. You have the
It's
as
the
they say,
flagrant disregard for the rules is what is the biggest thing. My sister is a fool, and I don't know why I'm the only one who sees it.
I see it.
Yes, of course, because you're not a fool.
Right, I am not a fool. I am Daniel.
Yes.
That was a joke.
Was it?
Yes. Granted, not a very good one, but
No.
right. Well, do you want me to go have a word with her?
No.
Your lordship? No.
No.
Okay.
Don't speak to what? Why would
No,
you?
oh.
No. Why would you ever speak to her?
I just thought maybe, if I went forth and let her know that that you are perhaps upset by her
Oh yes,
choosing
please
to wear...
go to my sister and tell her that her younger brother is a coward who cannot stand up for herself. Please tell her that her coward of a brother cried at your feet all night and wishes that you would please change into something else.
Well, I see no tears in your eyes, sir.
That's because that was a joke.
Oh, very good one. Very good one, sir. Well, then, what shall I do?
Nothing.
Oh,
It's what you're best at.
I'm sure that's a compliment on some level, No one gets into trouble if they're doing nothing, and no one says the wrong thing if they're doing nothing, and no one does the wrong thing if they're doing nothing. So I guess perhaps in that
And no one is
way-
remembered if they do nothing. Remember that, my dear friend.
I will, sir. The camera pulls out on them. Negs, what do you think? You have a scene in mind?
I think that Iris, when these parties happen, like she's so concerned with everyone showing up and making sure that the best of society is present, and then she's just plopped on a couch surrounded by dogs, not mingling, not speaking to anyone.
Okay.
and just flagging waiters down like this to try different things to feed it to the dog, and kind of like test what the dogs like to eat and go, oh no, he doesn't seem to like that one. Darling, could you bring out another bit of the brie? I do think that Gregory here seemed to find it palatable, didn't you, little Greggy? Yes, you did, darling.
Oh, yes, Mum. But just as a reminder, last time we gave the dogs brie, they had diarrhea about the house.
Such words should not be for a lady's ears to hear.
I know, Mum, but just for the sake of your party, it feels like an emergency that I recall that for you.
Are you telling me you are incapable of swiftly dealing with my dog's defecations?
No, ma'am. I'm very capable. I will go fetch the brie presently.
That's what I thought. And then she just goes back to doing the little, ooh, who is a good boy? Is it Gregory? Yes, Gregory, it's you, darling. Who's been a good boy today? Yes.
I would like to play a resolve token to have Dame Clara Andrews enter this scene and do a very bad job at hiding that she's disgusted by this dog as she tries to make connections with Iris. Is that okay with you, Terry?
Oh, hello.
Wait. This is negotiation phase.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll do it. I'll do anything.
Do you have any... Oh, okay. Okay, well then you will...
Isn't that why I'm here?
Have they met previously?
They would have, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they know
they're both upper class, and and they both have large estates that are in the same are both in Hoobastank. So since you accepted, you will take a resolve token, and I'll go ahead and mark it for you. So now you have a total of 3, Terry.
Oh, you mark it for me already? Okay.
Well, or you can do it. I already did, but I just have the page open. But also, just so the viewers at home know and everybody at the table knows, that if somebody comes to you with a resolve token in a way that is going to perhaps, what's the word? Not negotiate, but jeopardize like your station or your reputation, like you being disgusted by these dogs that Iris like loves so much is definitely going to come back, and if she clocks that, like is going to likely lead to a negative reputation tag and people thinking you're like uncouth, or we'll decide that later. But when something like that happens and someone presents that with you, it's up for negotiation. So Terry could say like, yeah, I'll do that, but only if it's not totally obvious, like only if she gets a whiff that it's like that and not like full out or something. Or Terry can say no if Terry just thought it was too detrimental to her reputation or for whatever reason.
Don't give a damn about my reputation.
But we'll proceed because Terry accepted the resolve token.
Yes, I shall take the token. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hello. Lady Iris, Marchioness. It's a pleasure to see you as always.
You as well, Dame Clara. And how does the day find you today?
Oh, covered in hairs, apparently.
What a shame you didn't deal with that before joining such fine company, my dear. That's quite all right. No need to be embarrassed. I'm sure I can call a servant over to clean you up.
I feel quite clean. I just felt soiled the moment I walked near you.
I beg your pardon, dear.
Do you always keep it in such array with all of these animals?
Do you always intend to insult hosts of parties you
Oh, it's not an insult.
to?
I'm just congratulating you on leading the charge for helping these poor animals.
You must find me as unintelligent as you find my home a wreck, apparently, if you think I would fall for such lies. Dame Clara?
No, I really
wonderful
appreciate...
to have seen you. I
appreciate...
Curious to hear, my dear, seeing as you have shared your thoughts on the rest of the house, why don't
no, I have
show
not
me?
quite yet. I was trying to say I do appreciate all the statues to the fallen animals that have gone before, that you have littered around your garden. Something to be said for such pointed decorations.
Oh, thank you, my dear. I do appreciate that. I would offer to give you a guided tour myself, but I'm afraid these soiled garments I'm wearing are just weighing me down too much to make it out to the gardens
they might
today.
be. Oh, who did the
Yes.
decorating, by the way? I'm just curious, so I don't call them. I'm sorry.
I would tell you, but they're a bit out of your price range, dear. Only
Oh,
for
so you went
elite.
cheap this time. I'm so sorry.
I would like to show you one detail of the house, if you would be so kind as to follow me, though.
Is this a
It's their
dungeon?
kill room.
I was gonna be like,
say the same thing.
is it your dungeon?
She's going to, Iris is going to start walking out of the room, and is going to kind of have a hand behind her and go,
Right this way, dear.
No, thank you. I'm going to stay and maybe mingle with some of your guests.
So, Negs, you could use Iris's resolve token to compel Terry's character to go with you. Iris has 2.
Heck
Resolve
yeah,
tokens.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
that.
You do have to negotiate with Terry, so if Terry really doesn't want to do it.
Terry, what I'm hoping to do is that Iris is going to kind of, as insulting as you are being, you are still like following certain rules of decorum, and Iris is trying to prey upon the fact that you would not decline an invitation from the host to like show you something in the home.
Correct.
And so she is trying to get you to follow her where she is guiding you.
Right.
If you're open to that, if I can spend a token on that.
Oh my god, I have to see. The curiosity is
Okay.
killing me. I want to know what the heck you're going to show me.
Okay.
So yes.
Do I have to spend a resolve token to like clock this and just fall behind whatever's happening here and just watch?
I don't think you need to, because like in the previous thing, it's like you were crossing the floor. You were probably, you probably are always keeping some sort of eye on your mother for XYZ reasons. So I don't think you need to spend a resolve token for this.
And this could become a rumor later on that we use resolve tokens for.
Right.
Nice.
I think to follow, you don't need a resolve token. If you're going to eavesdrop on a conversation they have, then probably. If you're going to garner information that would not otherwise be privy to you and would change the thing, then I'll take a resolve token. But for now, let's say no resolve token.
I think she's just walking with 2 whiskeys, sees this happening, and like turns away from Alexander, finishes 1 whiskey, puts down the glass, and is just walking back a couple steps, trying to see what's going on.
So the camera's in Steadicam, and we've Steadicam.
I like a Steadicam.
Steadicam, and it's over the shoulder of Rosalind, and we see 2 figures in focus in the foreground. And you will gain another resolve token, Terry, for your major
Marking
character.
it now.
Thank you. All right.
So Iris leads Clara to the main entrance of the home, and she kind of makes a very subtle little hand gesture to the servants that are standing on either side of the door to like greet people as they enter, and they open the doors. And she goes, "Clara, my dear, I know you have many opinions about the interior of my home, and I know you were able to familiarize yourself with the front of my door." And she's going to give her a little tap on the shoulders to push her onto the doorstep, and she's going to say, "I would be so interested to think how the view is seen as the doors shut behind you on your way out. Goodbye." And
I've
she's going to
donated
turn.
diamonds to your whippets.
She's gonna turn and she'll make that
Diamonds
same
to your whippets.
She'll make that same little hand motion to her servants to shut the door behind Clara.
I think the servants know, like, Dame Clara's reputation. So them closing the door, they're like sweating bullets and they're not making eye contact with Dame Clara. Do you do anything, Terry?
Oh, so you don't want me to support your charity, and you don't need my help with your family situations. You really want to cut me off like this?
She's already gone. She's already walked away.
Damn. Dame Clara will remember this.
Oh, I'm never going to forget.
You're gonna forget the first sentence out of your mouth? Hello?
Yeah.
Are we acting like you're the one who should be appalled here? Because the first words out of your mouth were insulting me and calling my home filthy.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not what I
No.
said. I said that there was
No.
hair on my clothes.
Yeah.
This is all meta. This is all meta.
Let's roll the
But,
tape.
Terry, what does your character do?
Well, I take a moment, breathe.
Wait. I want to spend my monologue token. Do I have a monologue token? I don't know, but I'm using it.
Go.
I would love to hear Dame Clara's monologue right now.
Well, you know, money can't buy class. It can't buy taste. But if you play your cards right, you can get a swift exit into a beautiful night sky. I shall take it. I shall take this opportunity to think of my actions. And dwell on what I've done here, or whatever she said. Oh, this town is too small and too boring. Well, that was at least a little bit of excitement for but a moment. But she shall regret her choices. She shall see. She may have to wait, but she will see. You can't push me out that easily.
Can I exit the door? Like, did the door shut?
I mean, it's your house. You can open it.
No, I'm just trying to figure out, like, did the doors close before Iris walked away?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Then like basically as soon as she like sees her mom, she like gives a little curtsy to her mother and lets her sweep by and then is gonna run out of the door. And as Dame Claire is walking down the street, she's gonna like Rosalind's gonna like loop her arm in with Dame Claire and go, "That was quite a scene and I'm very proud of you," and hand over the rest of her glass of whiskey.
Thank you.
Can I use a resolve token to
Cheers.
be watching through a window as the
you're
two of
so
them
creepy.
go? Yeah, because I'm just basically following Rosalind.
So I think this could potentially affect the reputation and desires of both Rosalind and sorry, my brain keeps crapping out tonight. Oh, I just
Clara?
closed something.
Is it me or Eric? Which one?
No, you, Dame Clara.
Dame Clara.
It's because I keep forgetting the Dame. That's why I just want to make sure I address you thusly.
Nothing like a dame. Nothing.
But I think it'll affect both of them. So as long as it's okay with both of them that you use the resolve token in that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do y'all think? It's good?
I think it's good for
Who do we think it would affect the most? Because that's who will get Eric's resolve token.
Probably Rosalind.
Yeah.
That feels
if you
right.
report back to your mother that she's fraternizing with the enemy. Okay. So that resolve token will go to you, Abria.
Got it.
And you will lose one, Eric. Go ahead.
Sweet.
I think your scene just continues, but there's just this creepy figure in the window behind you. Wait, is David with you or Daniel with you?
I think it would be more interesting if it was just Daniel and not like Rupert doesn't see it, but it's Daniel who's like out and about, like trying to do whatever, and then he's the one who sees it.
Oh, you think you spending your resolve token to have Daniel be spying on them?
Yeah, I think it works out better if like if he's not the direct one who sees it.
He thinks it's his duty to kind of keep an eye on Rosalind.
Watch that booty. Let's go.
He's probably been ordered to.
So you keep your resolve token, and I'm going to take one from Daniel.
Okay.
Do I still get to keep Daniel's
Yes,
result
yeah.
token? Cool.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. And after locking arms and handing off the glass, like, the night's young. Let's go for a ride.
We should. We shall. Let's do it.
How are you? And what did you say to my mother?
Wait, a carriage ride?
No, horses.
Okay, but I have sound effects for a carriage.
A carriage ride then.
That sounds great. And I'm not dressed quite properly to go riding at the moment.
You have to wear pants.
You have
to
to
wear
wear
pants.
Trousers. I would never.
I like a
You
good
look.
turn
You
of
know,
ankle.
it's a good look for you, but for me,
you.
I couldn't.
You
I couldn't get
could.
away with it.
You could. But fine,
so?
a carriage. Of course.
Oh, you're so sweet. So you just want to know the dead? Is that why you're here?
No, I'm here because you are spicier than I remember. And I respect that. I'm also full of whiskey.
It
Both
happens
things.
with age and just continuing to live life and not giving a care. The older I get, the less I care about what other people think. And I have enough money at this point in my life where it doesn't matter.
Oh, money is one thing, but reputation is an entirely other situation.
Correct. That is a little harder to maintain.
And you know you're going to have to make up to her at some point. Yes.
I'm aware. I know. I just couldn't take it. There comes to be moments in time where it all seems just hilarious and pointless and frivolous and a party just for these dogs. But all the dogs appear to just be feral to a point.
For what it's worth, they're not the most hardy breed, but a dog is a good companion, and companionship is important.
Companionship is important. I had noticed they're not quite hardy. There were quite a few more statues than the last time I took a walk around your gardens.
It was a rough winter, and we didn't get enough sweaters.
Oh, that explains all the doggy sweaters you have on all those little dogs.
Well, and she actually looks a little like, I think they're cute.
I didn't say they weren't cute. It's just there was a dress code. It was on the invitation that we needed to match the dogs for the party.
Dogs are very fashionable. She kind of looks at her own outfit because it does match the dogs.
Quite.
Look, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but I think a show of good faith would be some sort of, art or trinket, some trifle, dog-themed, would get you back in Mother's good graces.
Noted. I shall keep a lookout. Maybe I shall commission a portrait of some of the dogs. I've been talking with this very talented artist. Have you heard of her, Adelaide?
Just Adelaide? No, I don't. What's her
Right.
family? How could you just say a first name
Oh,
that means
Adelaide
anything?
Harrowby. She's a name of not a lot of consequence yet, but I'm hoping that
Harrowby.
she will be.
I don't know any Harrowbys. Is she like, one of the poor but talented? They're always so fun.
Quite fun, quite talented, quite poor.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, why don't you bring this young Master Harrowby around at
Adelaide.
Adelaide? I'm not going to remember the name. Please don't ask like I'm not going to
It's
pretend
all
I'm
right,
going
just-
to.
Yes,
Give me a lark.
I shall bring her by. I think actually you two would get along quite swimmingly.
So.
She's got a lot of style.
Oh. Okay. Tell me more about her.
Oh, well, she's continuing to train with some of the best artists. I've sent her to classes in London for quite a while, and she's proving herself to be quite an asset, especially when I need a portrait commissioned post-haste.
Well, you should send for her at once, because you're about to be a social pariah in our terrible little hamlet if you don't do something directly.
You think I'm going to be a complete social pariah?
No, not at all, but it's fun to be hyperbolic.
And you're talking to a dowager. I've had people speak
You're
so many...
35!
Right, an old maid to some.
Not old enough to be as big of a pain as you are. You have to wait for the gray hairs to come in first, at least, darling.
You think? I don't think it's anything about that. I mean, I can wear a proper wig if I needed to do that.
That's what
I
my
thi-
mother did. As soon as those first grays came in, she was utterly unbearable.
Right. Just keep living, darling.
That's the
As I adjust my wig.
And I think with that, the camera pulls back from the carriage, and there's a light rain that's drizzling down on the roof, and we sweep back over to the entrance of the Pembroke estate and back into the house. And I would like to spend a resolve token to introduce Adelaide to the scene, if this is okay with you, Negs. Since she's new in town and she doesn't know a lot of people, I'm thinking maybe perhaps that she wandered away from the ball itself and is exploring the estate on her own. And she comes across Daniel spying from the top window. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Do you want to negotiate anyway as far as like things to add or take away, or good as is?
That's good to me.
Okay.
I just want to clarify. I assume she came here as Clara's guest,
Yes.
and does not know that Clara's been ejected.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
just making
sorry.
sure.
Absolutely. That is what's happening.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Put all music back on. Oh my goodness. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So how do you find yourself in the halls of the Pembroke estate?
She is new and a bit too nervous to be at like her first social event here without Clara. Clara had promised her, like, I won't leave your side. Of course, I'll introduce you to everyone. I can't wait to show you off. And then as soon as she got here, it was like she disappeared into another room, and Adelaide hasn't seen Clara since they walked through the doors. So she kind of went off on her own to look busy touring the home because she's too shy to speak to anyone. And that's when she comes across Daniel. And is he looking out a window, like peering through the curtains? Is it customary to spy on guests at a party here?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. You gave me quite a fright. I wasn't anticipating anyone wandering the halls at such a festive hour.
I wasn't anticipating running into a spy in the halls at such a festive hour.
Oh, a spy I am not, ma'am. I simply have a candid fascination with the sprinkle of rain on the Pembroke estate lawn.
And does the sprinkle of rain know you were watching it?
Likely not. I'm not sure that raindrops have many thoughts at all.
Well, then a spy you are, sir.
Perhaps that is true, and frankly, perhaps not the first time I've been accused of that, but, sometimes we can often feel like, or perhaps I won't speak for you, ma'am, but as we are on the outside looking in.
And how does a spy such as yourself find himself on the outside looking in?
Well, ma'am, I suppose I have an attachment to a certain member of this party, a friend of mine, and I've lost track of them, so I just sort of wandered off, I suppose.
A friend? I could help you find them.
Oh, I'm sure he's up to something very important and wouldn't want me to bother him. I'm often a bother to him, so I try just to be present when called upon.
Right.
But I'm so sorry. I'm so rude. My name is Daniel. Daniel Boyle.
Did you have to think about your surname for a moment there, Daniel?
Again, was quite taken aback by anyone else being about the house. I suppose other than servants, and you're obviously not a servant. I mean that as a compliment, as in you are dressed very handsomely.
Thank you.
And may I ask your name, ma'am?
Adelaide Harraby. Pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. I'm sorry, I haven't heard of the Harraby family before.
Consider yourself lucky. Might I ask how you got an invite to this fine party?
Oh, it is quite fine, isn't it? I mean, anything to help the poor, sensitive whippets of Abershire.
Soft spot. You have a soft spot for the
sensitive
dogs.
whippets of Abershire. Yes, I mean,
Yes.
do you see how they shiver in the winters? Who could not?
Oh, how could you not notice? We simply must do something about it.
They need sweaters and bombs for their paws.
And so, us eating dinner here at this fine estate provides them with sweaters, does it?
Yes, sweaters and balm for their paws, and a warm fire to sit by on a cold evening, and perhaps even somebody to love them, if they're lucky.
So, me parting with my money to attend such an event is creating a roaring fire for shivering dogs.
Well, I don't know that they're properly burning the money outright, ma'am. I mean, Adelaide. Mrs. Harraby? Miss Harraby?
Miss Harraby.
Harraby. But I suppose that could be an ample source of warmth, as paper does tend to burn.
I haven't had much of a chance to see the estate yet. The gardens looked quite nice.
Oh, yes. Mrs. Windingham, she does keep quite the statue garden. I would offer to tour you, but it is a bit of a drizzle coming down. So I don't want
you
you.
liked to watch the rain, Daniel. Was
Right,
that
but
not?
it would be wrong to presume your delights.
If you'd like, I could teach you about things that delight me on the walk.
I would very much enjoy that.
Now, Daniel.
Mhm.
And she's going to kind of like lift her hand out to insinuate that he should offer his arm to her.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what do you know about art?
Art, well, that it is for the large of mind and big of heart. Is something that can encapsulate nature and decorum and humanity, sometimes all at once. But Rupert's not quite a fan of art, so I don't get to appreciate it perhaps as much as I would like.
And Rupert is your...
Oh, Rupert is in line to inherit the Pembroke estate. Rupert Wildingham, a dear friend of mine. We've known each other since we were knee-high.
You often mold your hobbies and interests around what pleases Rupert.
He's very strong-willed. Very driven.
Just not in the direction of admiring good art, I take it.
I think he's more focused on the family state of affairs.
And what is the family state of affairs?
Well, that's hardly couth to discuss at a party of such family, of being questioned upon.
Coming from a man found in a very uncouth position, spying upon the inhabitants of the garden, I did not presume it to be a problem for you.
Well, my argument states that the rain does not live in this house, but I see your point. And perhaps I will just share with you to that end that his elder sister is currently in line to inherit the entirety of the estate, and it has him quite in a tizzy. Indeed. Well, shall we?
We shall.
Perfect. By your lead, Miss Harrowby. By my lead. You don't know what the gardens are. By my lead. And with that, they arm in arm walk out of the door. And as it's sort of like this dramatic moment where the door closes like slowly behind them and then fades to black. And that is going to wrap up our first novel phase. My goodness.
Can I add one more thing?
Yes, please.
That at some point later in the party before it ends, Rupert's like catches Roz, who is returned to the party, and because it was raining, she changed into a different outfit just to spite him. So she came in the outfit so he couldn't wear what he wanted to wear, and now she's in something completely different. She's wearing like a dress. I just want for spite.
Yes. No. I like it. I'm trying to decide if it warrants a resolve token or not. Do you think that would affect your character in a major way, Eric?
Not in a major way. Not any more than he's already been affected by his sister.
Okay, then yeah, no resolve token. That happens. Can we just get a quick glimpse of Rupert's reaction?
Rupert is like going around like schmoozing with people, like talking a big game, and he's like drinking and like got his like whatever thing, and he like pull. You see him like pull the drink up to his mouth, and he clocks Rosalind walking, and and then he just sets his drink down and he goes, "Excuse me," and then he walks off.
Oh my god, poor baby. I love it. All right. And with that, we are going to move into the reputation phase. In this phase, we are going to assess the major character's behavior against their reputation criteria. So for that, we're going to look at your character role sheets and your family background sheets. Just your family background sheets. So I think first and foremost, we need to talk about Dame Clara, because I think that was maybe the biggest, perhaps biggest hit to the reputation. And your background is old money, right?
Yes.
So gain a negative tag if you acted in a contravention of society's conventions, which I think you definitely did. You were a bit too forward, right? Can we agree on that? Any other thoughts, anyone?
No,
I mean, yeah.
It's not a bad thing yet.
No, I know. I didn't know I was gonna be like that, and then like you described the room, and I just went with it. I don't know.
No, I loved it. That's the beauty of
clean after your dogs.
Games.
Clean after your dogs. I'm like that lady at the park. Like, pick it up.
No, you're the ex-wife walking in and slapping the new wife for no reason in the middle of Thanksgiving. That's what that was.
Honestly,
oh my God. Did you used to be married to Mr. Willingham?
But you know,
who knows?
Maybe who knows what happened in the past? Maybe
Who
there was
knows what happened in the past?
something in the past.
Mhm.
It's all coming back to me. Okay. So
you
where am
have
I
to pick
marking this?
Oh,
Is this
sorry.
rep condition? Is this underneath reputation tags? Is that what this is going
Yes,
for?
so you'll pick old-fashioned, miserly, overbearing, self-obsessed, or tasteless. I believe you already have tasteless, so you can't
I
pick
have
that
tasteless, yeah. Oh, so I need to pick another one. Okay, so what was the options again?
one. Old-fashioned, miserly,
Nope.
overbearing, or self-obsessed.
Self-obsessed maybe would work for this one, I think.
Okay, and just to refresh for the players and refresh for the chat as well, these reputation tags are reflective of society at large, their opinion of these characters. So this isn't necessarily like just what Mrs. Wildingham thinks of Dame Clara. It's like what all of society kind of has these opinions about her. And once you get 3, it gets really rough for your character until you get rid of a negative tag, which you can do by purposely in a scene, either like in Terry's case, behave in a tasteless way, or behave in a, what was the second one you picked?
Self-obsessed.
Or act in a self-obsessed way. And you could use that in a resolve token to affect the narrative or another person or XYZ. And then you'll be able to remove that negative tag. But it does like force you into a position where you kind of have to behave in a negative way. So that's what it is. And then is that the only tag you get? Acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, or shamed or embarrassed the family name?
Ooh. I don't know, maybe a little hint of that, but I don't know.
It's up to you, or if anyone else feels strongly about it, can chime in.
I mean, if it were if Dame Clara did this out loud in like a crowd, then yes, absolutely. But the fact that this was a one-on-one conversation
Over in the corner, yeah.
I like that. Okay, then that is your phase. You take on 1 negative reputation.
So do I mark one of the boxes down below that rep condition, or just I just wrote in the name?
On the sheet, you would go to Clara. No, don't mark rep condition. Rep condition is only when you get a total of 3. So you did it absolutely correctly.
Okay, great.
All right. And let's see. Abria, what do you think? Let's look at your peerage, right?
Yes.
So do you feel looking at that you've gained a positive or negative tag?
Let me double check by looking at it.
So just for chat's reference, peerage is both Eric and Abria's characters' family backgrounds, so they can gain a positive tag if they acted in service of duty or morality in a way that compromised your desires, acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so, made a sacrifice or denied your desires to uphold the superiority of your rank. Or they could gain a negative tag if they acted in contravention of society's conventions, acted on a desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality, or allowed others of a lesser rank to talk down to you or treat you as inferior.
I would never allow that last one.
Mhm.
No.
But I feel like even though she was like skirting the line on impropriety, I'm happy to take a negative tag. That-
For which one do you think?
The first one. I just don't
Acted
know
in-
where you're
yeah.
looking, so I can't see it from.
It is on the family background sheets,
Oh,
and yours
okay.
is peerage.
Got it.
Mhm.
Then yeah, I think the first one.
Okay. And which negative tag would you think she would take?
What are my options?
That's on your character roll sheet.
Vain, proud, vengeful, incompetent, mean-spirited.
You already have vain.
Spirited.
Are you adding that, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I already added it.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Do you feel any of those other things? Did you gain a positive or negative tag in any other way? Or does anybody else have an opinion of Abria's character that maybe they acted in a way that would cause a negative or positive tag? No?
Eric.
Nay?
I don't have anything strongly jumping out at me for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like you kind of going like behind your mother's Mac, her MacBook Pro 2007, to fraternize with the enemy. I think that can definitely be acted in contravention of society's conventions, or
I mean, for what it's
acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty to your mom or your morality.
for what it's worth, she was trying to smooth over a situation. She wasn't
Sure, that's
actually
true.
being, like. So I'm
but
happy to say
I think
it was,
from Daniel's perspective, it's not going to be good for you. And this
Yeah.
is society's view of you, right? So
yeah. So I feel like it was the first one. She acted in contravention of
Okay,
society's
so
conventions.
just the one-
and then just let it go. Yeah.
Do you feel then that she made a sacrifice or denied your desires to uphold the superiority of your rank? Like the way maybe that she acted with her brother, or by trying to smooth things over with Dame Clara?
Like it feels like a little bit of a stretch, but I think she was trying to like.
If it feels like a
Acting
stretch,
so-
let's not do it.
Yeah,
I
let's
want you to feel
not.
good about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we're good on that then. Eric, I definitely feel like you have some. I think honestly, you have a positive one.
Yeah, I feel like him choosing to wear the like less ostentatious, less like interesting outfit because his sister is the heir
And
to
he didn't
Pembroke.
like publicly call her out. Like he complained to Daniel, but
Yeah.
he didn't like go about to everyone at the. Well, maybe he did. Did he do that?
I don't think so.
Did he?
I don't think he would.
I spend a
don't think
resolve token.
yeah, if you want to spend a resolve token.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think
cool.
because that would hurt the family, and he's not trying to hurt the family.
So, which of those positive tag attributes are you looking
I
at
think-
there?
Acted in obedience to society's conventions despite considerable hardship in doing so.
It was so hard for him.
It's so hard because he wanted to
Blow
wear
up.
a nicer sport
Aw.
coat.
Yeah. So go ahead and take a positive tag. You have sensible, well-connected, dependable, generous, or caring.
How about is that on? So I'm picking one from my. I'm picking a positive
Oh,
tag
I'm
from.
sorry.
Yeah.
Is it on your
Sorry.
character sheet?
No. It was. I was just you were reading. So it's influential,
Yeah.
austere, wise, famous, or
We're
giving.
both peerage.
I just read the wrong sheet for no reason.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I was like, what, am I pulling it from?
no,
I would
sorry.
say
No, it's just me.
Yeah.
austere, which is a word that I think I understand.
Abria, what's that word
Same
mean?
thought. I had the same thought because I'm like, I think I know what it means. I don't know.
Austere, severe or strict in manner, attitude, or appearance. So you have a
Yeah,
stick up your
that
butt.
feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and add that to your public sheet, please.
Did it.
And thank you so much. And Terry, last but certainly not least, the beautiful.
Wait, didn't Terry already go?
I went
No.
first.
Oh,
Oh,
did
yeah.
we get everyone next?
Nope, we didn't get next.
Okay.
She's beautiful too, and she's ready.
You're
Thanks.
beautiful.
What do you think?
I would love some input on this because from my perspective, I think it would be a positive tag because she I know we didn't expressly cover it, but like she wouldn't have wanted to attend such an event. She did so at the behest of Dame Clara to, you know, mingle and integrate herself into society, which I don't think is particularly like of interest to her. So she made an effort to try to like be obedient to her patron and show face. And
so sacrificed or denied your own desires to please someone of a higher rank.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I also think maybe you got a negative tag because you acted in contravention of society's conventions, because you just like wandered around someone's house when you didn't know they were doing it, and then you were alone with a man in a room for an extended period of time.
And took his arm.
Yeah, you took his arm.
You
What
took
are you
his
doing?
arm. You took his arm.
Nobody was looking. That's fine.
Oh my, the walls
There's
have
always
eyes.
someone looking.
Yes.
I'm a country girl. I don't know any better.
Oh,
There's
my
always a
God.
Daniel watching.
So
Can we
is that-
talk about?
Okay, I
sorry.
want that one now. That's more fun.
No, you can have both. You can get
I can take
multiple
both?
tags.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So go
All right.
ahead and pick from that sheet, the Humble Origin sheet, one positive tag and one negative tag, and tell us what they are.
Okay.
While you pick, can we talk about how Negs was like, I'm going to play someone that's like calm and sweet and demure, and then you showed up and devoured a man in a
Yeah.
scene.
The top energy was unmistakable.
Well, he was like
Undeniable.
so much more demure. She like couldn't help it. Like even if she
Yep.
was, it was like he was already like
Thank you.
ready to be consumed.
I
There
was
was-
so happy.
He's used to being topped, just not in a sexy way.
Yeah.
There
But
is
you
no
learned
universe
tonight.
where she is not the main character of this novel in a Jane Austen's universe.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
I love her
Absolutely.
already. I think I'm going to do obedient for positive tag.
Okay. Mhm.
And
That makes
then
sense.
From that list of negative tags, they're really mean, honestly. They're really
Yes.
harsh words that they use for me. The first three are dirty, ignorant, and poor.
You can also come up with your own.
Okay. All right. I was going to say one of them is dangerous.
I like dangerous.
I feel like dangerous might be a bit of a stretch.
Okay.
I
kind of
like
wanna
it,
say,
honestly.
like, headstrong or reckless.
I
Which
like
is
that.
dangerous.
I like reckless.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
you weren't concerned about anyone seeing or sort of like the repercussions of society at large, being found alone in a room with a man or wandering about someone's house like a thief in the night.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, perfect. And just a quick reminder, if you get 3 of those, you will take a reputation condition. Those depend on your background as well. But those also count as resolve tokens, but only if you specifically use it in that way. So like for your character, Negs, like if you specifically used the reckless resolve token to make something reckless happen or to choose something reckless to happen for yourself, either involving you alone, another character, something like that. So you can get rid of them if you want, but you just have to make it make sense. Okay, that's everything. I think then we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back for the rumor and scandal phase, and then we're going to write some letters and do another novel chapter phase with the information we now have and the sort of growing reputations of what we're seeing now and different times and places. So think on that during the break. Yeah, thank you all for being here. I think we're a few subs away from hitting our sub goal of 50. So thank you so much. Y'all hit 25 before we went live, which means someone in the cast got an extra resolve token. And I just added it to your sheet, Negs, but chat voted to send that to you.
Heck yeah.
I added it. So if that's why you're like, why do
Kill
I
the
have,
man.
why do I have an extra one? No, this happened before the game started.
Because they knew
They
she
knew.
would kill a man.
They knew. But if we hit 50, we're going to be a monologue token. You saw me use mine, which I don't even think I get to do, but whatever. I make the rules. I gave mine to Terry. Everyone, don't forget to use those on people during scenes. You can also use it during the epistolary scene if you want to know more, like what are the thoughts you're not putting in the letter that they're going to read, kind of thing. But definitely in the novel chapter scenes as well. So if we reach 50, you can vote on who you want to give that monologue token to. And then if we hit 75, we'll do another resolve token. And if we hit 100, we'll do another monologue token. Sound good? I just made that up. Hope it's okay, Dom. We reached 50.
Hype.
Oh, thank you. That happened so fast. So yeah, if someone could get a poll up in the chat, to who you want to get that monologue token to, they're going to have an extra chance to throw a monologue someone's way. So yeah, we'll be back 5 minutes. Is that what we do for breaks? I don't know.
Yes.
Take a break.
So yeah, hang tight and we will be right back. Thanks for hanging out for Good Society. And yeah, peace in. Hello and welcome back to the Tales of Salt Bay Good Society edition, aka the ball of the sensitivity of whippets. We do get to come up with a title at the end of this game, and I'm something with the sensitivity of whippets is already feeling good to me. But thank you all for all your support so far. Over 50 subscriptions tonight, which is such a huge support to the channel. We can only, keep this channel up and alive and well fed due to your contributions. So thank you very much. And thanks to folks that are also tipping. We do have one toast if everybody wants to raise a glass. This is from Modern Chow. And Modern Chow says, a sum for this witty repartee enthralling. I almost said booty.
Cheers.
Booty.
Booty.
The boot or the bonnet? The boot or the bonnet?
Booty.
Mm.
Oh,
Thank you,
you.
Mojo.
Beauty. It's beauty for this one. The last one was body. This one's beauty.
Beauty. Well, they used to say handsome back then. They would call everyone handsome.
Handsome. That's a handsome woman.
Osteria.
Nope, it's just austere.
Austere.
Oh, thank you, Nightshade. I got real sneezy. I'm allergic to not winning polls, but I did also vote for Eric.
Oh, I see. I voted for Eric. I'm sorry, Bri.
For Eric too.
Eric, if you will just either write down or remember that you have an extra monologue token, because that's not normal, so there's not a spot on the sheet for it.
Yeah.
But just remember, you have to use both of those before the end of this game.
Okay.
And if y'all hit 75 subscribers, which you are well on track to do, we will give away another resolve token. And you've seen in the numerous ways in which those can cause chaos in the game. So yeah, consider that. And then at 100, another monologue token. And at 150, we're slotted to do 3 episodes of this game. But if you hit 150 subs tonight, we will do a 4th episode where it will be essentially Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
You mean the sensitivity of whippets and zombies?
The sensitivity of whippets and zombies.
Zombie whippets. What?
So Eric, make sure you mark that down. Thank you, Chad, again for unlocking 2 unlocks tonight and helping us make the story a bit more chaotic. We're going to jump back into it because we do have quite a bit more to get through before the end of the stream. So let's go ahead and jump right into Rumor and Scandal. If y'all open up the Google Sheet, there's a tab at the bottom that says Rumor and Scandal. We're going to go ahead and open up that. We're going to go around in a circle. Everybody can either make up a rumor or spread a rumor that somebody else has already created. And then the last person in the first round gets to go twice, and then we go back in the circle. So I'm just gonna do it as I see it in the Zoom chat. But let's start with Eric.
Well, there's a rumor going around that that Rosalind was seen gallivanting around with Dame Clara.
How do you spell gallivanting? That looks like it. Gallivanting around.
Yeah, you can't write it if you can't spell it.
Abria.
That's
Not
BS.
now. Not now.
I don't like it. That
That
feels ableist. I don't like it.
What are you talking about?
It's Googleist.
It's Googleist. Oh my goodness. Okay, next I'm gonna go like this. So let's go negs.
Okay.
You can spread the rumor. And remember, this is from the perspective of society at large. It's not from your characters specifically. You're like, okay, what would society eat up? What's going to, if it was out there in the general like knowledge of the town and the estate, would have an interesting effect on the game.
Ooh, okay. I'm so sorry to do this then, Clara, but I think Dame Clara being thrown out of the party and having the doors slammed shut behind her would be quite the rumor.
Dame Clara
That's some hot
being
gossip.
thrown out of the party. And what was the other part you said?
And having the doors like slammed shut.
Slammed in her face. And also something to note is that these rumors don't have to come from things that have happened. It can also just be things that you make up. They can also be about larger things. Like you could literally be like, there's a war starting, off in this distant land or right on our shores
There's
or
a
something
sale
like
at Ross.
that. Terry, it is your turn. You can spread either of those rumors or create a new one.
Ooh, I'm not gonna spread either one of them because I think they're both about me. Cool.
But that can be fun. That can be fun.
Sure. Then I'm gonna spread the one that I was seen gallivanting with Rosalind because I think that's hilarious. And I think that if it gets back to her mom, that might actually be a little, I don't know, it might help or hinder. I'm not sure quite yet if it will be good or bad, but we'll see.
Okay. So now that that's checked, someone has spread it. So that means it's not necessarily the facts. I mean, we kind of know it to be the facts in some regard. But now that everybody in the general society believes it to be true, and they're talking about it and they're spreading it as well. So if any point you could use a resolve token to specifically use that rumor in an effective way, like to change the scene or complicate the scene or resolve something, you can use that and it'll cross out the rumor and people will stop being worried about it. So that's another way that a resolve token can come into play. So just keep that considered. As long as that spread box is checked, then you can use it as a resolve token. Okay, Abria, you will get to go twice since you're last in line.
First rumor. Shoot. Let's go with, what was my guy's name again? Alexander.
Alexander.
Alexander is considering making a proposal and is making the rounds.
What he thought about it? It's so hard at night.
Alexander is considering making a proposal. Do you want to specify to who, or do you just want to say generally?
Just in general.
Okay. Alexander is considering making a proposal. Let me see. What's
Chalmers. His last name is Chalmers. I made a Super Nintendo Chalmers joke and I forgot to follow up on it.
It's considering making a proposal. Okay, and you get one more go, Abria.
One
you can
more
either
go.
spread a rumor or make one.
God, what a power move to make a rumor and then spread it.
Honestly, absolutely okay. I think. If not, oh well.
Feels spicy.
If you really want to see it happen, I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it. I spread my own rumor.
There we go. So anyone can use a resolve token at any time to bring this rumor of Alexander Chalmers considering making a proposal to complicate a scene or a relationship with their character or whatever. And you can use that as a resolve token, and then that rumor will also be crossed off.
Also, Diana told me to, and I was delightfully cyberbullied, so that's why I did it.
Oh, we love a gentle cyberbully.
It was a genteel cyberbully. Pinkies out, do the thing, coward.
All right, Terry, your go.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Right, so I think there's a rumor that
you can spread or you can make a new one.
Yeah, I think I want to make a new one. I feel like I need to make one. I feel like I need to make something about does it have to be about our major characters? It could be about anybody.
It can be about your major characters, about the connections. It could be about the greater world. You could start a war, or there could be a rumor that a war is about to take place. It can be anything I'm
going to spread a rumor because I'm spiteful that the Wildingham family is running out of money.
And these are things that society is going to believe are true, and they could or could not come to pass. They could be factual, or they could be simply rumors, but that'll come out in play.
They've been eaten out of house and home by so many whippets.
Wildingham is what we say, on their way to financial ruin.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. All right.
They've been importing them in from places,
It's because of
all the
whippets.
Statues they have to commission.
Because
Can you imagine?
of the whippets. What is the fundraising event? Wait, hold on.
Really a fundraising event.
No. walk it back. What if they kept the rumor is they kept all the money from the fundraising event?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Clara, I thought we were cool.
We are. I didn't start it.
Liar.
It's just a rumor out. It's a rumor out in the society. But didn't we just talk about that? They're not necessarily from the
Yeah, of
characters.
course.
Okay, I was like,
No, you're good. You're good.
I was like, she's just gonna go with it, when she hears it.
I didn't start it, but
You ain't hear that from me, okay?
All right, next.
Yes.
Your turn.
I think there would be a rumor that Dame Clara's latest protege is a stable hand plucked like straight from the countryside.
Dame Clara's new protege is a stable hand plucked from the countryside.
oh my God.
Okay. Eric, you can spread a rumor, you can make up a new rumor.
I think I'm gonna make up a new rumor that do we have a king or a queen?
We have a gender neutral monarch.
Yeah, the monarch, the sovereign, is
Ooh, yeah.
about to levy a strong tax upon our area.
A strong tax.
Oh, that sounds bad for the peasants. Ooh. How awkward.
We're going
Okay.
to have to cut their meals.
So that's we're done with the rumor and scandal phase. And since all these other ones that were created were not spread, they're going to begin fading. So everything that wasn't checked in the spread column is going to be checked in the fading column. If they do not get spread next rumor and scandal phase, they will be crossed off.
This is so fun.
So things to consider. So two rumors that were spread are Rosalind was seen gallivanting around with Dame Clara, and Alexander Chalmers is considering making a proposal. Those could be true, but they are the belief of greater society at this time.
He's cooking
Whether it's
steamed
true or
hams.
not. What'd you say?
I said he's cooking steamed hams.
What does that mean?
Bria gets it, and that's all that matters.
Yep. Thanks,
What
brother.
does it mean?
Right here, this interaction is why you're playing siblings today, by the way.
Oh my goodness. As someone who's also played an Eric sibling, I will tell you it's a treat. All right. Epistolary phase. We're going to be writing some letters. Everyone can write up to 2 letters. You do not have to write 2, but you are able to write 2. And if you want to, you can just of your free will, no consequence, write your major character can write a letter to any other character. Your connection you control can write a character. Well, no, actually, no. Just your major character with nothing needed can write a character to anybody. If you want a connection or somebody else's major character to write a letter to you or anyone else, then it's going to cost a resolve token. I've seen like 2 Simpsons episodes, okay? Give me a break. So would anybody like to go first? There's over 100.
Can I ask a noob question really quickly?
We're all noobs, baby. Let's go.
When you say write a letter, do you mean that we're delivering it, speaking it out loud?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You would out loud, like the monologue tokens, you would out loud read the letter as if you were writing it. It's like in those like cheesy movies where it's like they're writing the letter, but the voiceover's there. And they're like, "Dear Simon, you've been away at the war so long," like that.
Okay.
And if for that reason, you can also use monologues on people during this round because like what they're writing to someone isn't necessarily what they're actually thinking or what they're actually feeling. Like it's often just as veiled as if they were conversing in person. So
I would like to write a letter.
Eric, let's go. And I think you can mark off on your sheet if you wrote a letter or not.
Yeah, I would like to write my letter to Alexander Chalmers.
Ooh, spicy. Let's go. All right, let's hear it.
My good friend, Alexander Chalmers, it is with great pride that I here tell that you are considering a proposal. I must say I am glad to hear it. My lovely sister has often felt the pangs of loneliness, and I'm glad that a man as you can perhaps tame her from some of her proclivities. A man who is not afraid of a woman who does not listen to anyone else. A man who doesn't mind a somewhat free-spirited person as their betrothed. I welcome you to this family with open arms. Yours truly, Rupert.
I would like to spend my monologue.
Hold
token,
on. Really quick. We're going to say that definitely utilizes the resolve token attached to the rumor that Alexander Chalmers is considering making a proposal. So we're going to go ahead and cross that out really quick as it has been addressed directly by a major character. So just so everyone's aware of that. Go ahead, Abria.
I would like to spend my monologue token on Eric, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Mark on your sheet that you spent your
I will.
token, and then Eric, mark on your sheet that you have monologued this game.
Yes. It's all coming together. If my sister's wasn't careening our house into ruin already, she certainly is making my job a lot easier. I feel if she can't hold a man like Alexander down, certainly that will show Mother that maybe this household needs stronger leadership in the future. It is soon to be my time. Finally, the House of Willingham will have the leadership it needs.
Amazing. Perfect. All right. Who else has a letter? I forgot I downloaded an ASMR letter writing audio for this.
Oh my gosh. I will come up with a letter just to hear it. That's how excited I am.
Scandalized.
Oh, are you writing a letter next?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
I totally knew that it was my turn and that we were
Well,
starting.
you said I'll write a letter just to. I thought you were offering. Sorry.
I was, but I didn't know that I was I'm good.
There's no turns, so it's just whoever offers it up. Just
Okay.
everyone has to write at least one, and you can write up to 2.
My dear Ashton, I had anticipated visiting with you shortly after my arrival here. Has something happened to prevent you from contacting me? I thought I was clear that by moving here, I was not just fulfilling the wishes of my dear Dame Clara, but also attempting to reconnect with the family. You know I cannot do this without your assistance. Mother still will not speak to me, and much as I wish I could blame her for it, I understand. I know how she sees me, and I know how she must speak of me in the home. But if you could find it in your heart to assist me in repairing the family relationship and restoring me as a daughter once more in her eyes, I would be as indebted to you as you currently remain to me, dear stepbrother. Fondly yours, Adelaide Harrowby.
Amazing. Thank you. Next. Who else we got?
Am I writing? Can I write to the local paper?
You absolutely can.
Fabulous.
Go forth.
In a disguised voice. Dear paper, Habisha, what is it? Is it Habisher? Is that the name of our place, our town?
Why do I keep forgetting? It's
It's fine.
Habishire?
Isn't it like a Herbisher?
It's fine. Habisher.
Habishire, Herbishire.
Hardly ever happens. Hartford.
I never thought it would
Habisher.
happen to me.
In Spain. The rain in Spain.
Herbisher.
It's fine. Dear Habisher. Habita.
Let's go with Habishire. Habishire.
Habisher.
Dear Habisher Times.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know. So, dearest Habisher Times, it has come to my attention that one Iris Wildingham has taken liberties with the funds that were raised at the charity ball in honor of the sensitivity of whippets. Now, this cause may be near and dear to some in our fair town, since so many people adore these whippets. But there are those who are saying that those dogs are dying swiftly and quickly because the family doesn't have money for meat. I would request an inquiry from our dear police service to figure out if this is true or merely a rumor I've heard from some of the servants from the estate. All the best, Anonymous.
Okay. Oh my god.
Too far. I'm so sorry. That's
Not
terrible.
at all.
Too
It's
far.
just
I'm
like-
sorry.
I'm
I was like,
like-
it's animals. I'm so sorry. It's too far.
Reminder to all of you and to chat that we are using the X card system. So if it goes too far at any point, we have our private chat, or folks can just do an X with their hands and chat if it goes too far, which did not happen. So I think we're okay right now. Terry, you're kidding.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just confused
I
because
said
I
it when
thought
it came out too far.
The dogs are dying.
I thought Dame Claire was trying to marry Rupert, but like, damn.
Yeah, what the?
She's sidetracked. We actually during our final phase, we will be retracking our desires. So maybe she's very distracted from courting Rupert.
I
and
find
much
it
more.
very handsome. I just want to make sure that if we are going to enjoy the estate, if we shall stay there, then maybe it may need to look a little different.
Honestly, what a power move to be attracted to a man, but to completely shit on his lifestyle and entire way of being.
Feels very in
Quickly.
character for her.
It
Yeah,
does.
to
It
be
does
honest,
feel
yeah.
deeply in
Still
character.
single. Oh wait.
TBH.
Yes, it's totally in character.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Terry.
Wow.
Who has not written a letter yet?
I haven't written a letter yet.
Will you write us a letter, Bria?
I would like to write a letter to my dear papa,
Your dear papa, who is indeed
Grant.
the very
Wildingham.
handsome Grant Wildingham of what do they say? They say of 50 and 8, of 8 and 50.
50 years. My dearest papa, I miss you very much while you're off in London doing business. The country has gotten markedly more exciting since you've been away. Word on the street is that Mr. Chalmers is thinking of making a proposal. I can't help but believe with all of my heart that I am the object of his affections, and yet I know you think that I am approaching an age at which marriage is a requirement and not just a frivolity, but I know I need to settle down. I know I need to make our family proud by, doing my duty before inheriting the estate and all the lands and titles. But, Father, you know how much I love just roaming free and following my heart wherever it takes me. I'm worried, though, that my actions are misinterpreted and misconstrued by those from outside of our family, because I know that within the loving bosom of the Wildinghams, my eccentricities are understood and appreciated. But I feel the walls closing in on me. Rumors abound, and I'm at such a loss without you to talk to at night beside the fire. I miss you dearly, and I hope that business is going well. Also, are we Paul? Your loving daughter, Rosalind.
I love that. Oh my god.
I love Rosalind.
She's so great.
Okay. That was beautiful. Thank you, Abria. So anyone can write another letter from their major character, or write a letter from their connection they control, or you can use a resolve token to compel another character to write a letter to someone, or another connection to write a letter to someone or something.
We haven't introduced him really, but you're playing Edwin, right, Vanna? That would be.
Yeah.
Does he know about all these things that are going down with Clara? Like, is he going to say anything about it?
Yeah. You know what?
Can I compel that?
Yeah. Spend a resolve token, and I will give a resolve token to Edwin. And Edwin will write a letter post haste to Dame Clara. My dearest Dame Clara Andrews, it has come to my attention that I am being given leave from my duties as Army Colonel currently, and will have some time free, and I thought it prudent that perhaps I come and visit you, as I know perhaps it can be lonely, and perhaps you need some companionship. I, of course, expect nothing and want for nothing but your company, for I miss your verbosity, and I miss your ferocity, and dare I say, your laugh. I hope that is not too forward. But I am currently on my way as we speak, but if you do not desire my company, in short or at length, please do reply post haste, and I will find some other way to spend my time, for I do not want to intrude on such a busy and powerful woman as yourself. So either way, I hope you are well, and I hope every day brings a great kindness to you, for that is exactly what you deserve. Yours truly, Edwin Terry.
Oh, he's so kind, and I'm so not. Oh no.
I'm sent by that accent. Vanna, just talk to me in that accent.
Right?
Forever,
I'm so glad I used
As
that
you wish.
token.
Oh my God.
Okay, anyone else? Terry's used 2. Everyone else has the opportunity to do one more letter if y'all want. You don't have to.
Can I send an... Oh, go ahead, Eric.
No, you go.
I just wanted to send a quick note to Mr. Chalmers.
Yes.
Sweet. Gotta lock this down, baby. Mr. Chalmers, I would be so incredibly thrilled if you were to come and stay at the Pembroke Estate for the opening of hunting season. My family makes it a big to-do, and you riding in the crisp autumn air is the stuff of action adventure novels. I don't have a better frame of reference for the Regency era. I said a non-anachronistic thing. Yours, Mistress Pembroke, Rosalind.
Perfect. Beautiful. Eric?
Yeah, I wanted to reply to Adelaide's as her brother.
Mm-hmm.
My dearest sister, it is wonderful to find you in such good spirits. I do absolutely miss you and your time. I can't speak for the rest of the family, but I know that my own life is lessened without your light within it. I must remedy this. We must spend time together, sister. We must absolutely. I endeavor to. I don't know how we shall spend time, but I will soon visit you in some capacity so that we may enjoy merriment that only siblings can enjoy.
What a
Yours,
weird thing to say.
yours lovingly.
That's my song.
Only a stepbrother, let's go.
Not what I meant.
No, please don't do that. That's not what I intended when I made them.
When did they invent whiteout?
X. By the way, X card on all of that.
Oh man!
Mm-hmm.
Wow!
Oh my goodness.
Wowzers!
That was beautiful. Thank you, Eric. I'm sorry I ruined it. As I do most things.
We can't help but be trash.
Same.
No, we're trash.
Same.
It
I'm
doesn't
working
matter
on
the
it.
system. Doesn't matter the game. We gonna
I
still
think
salt bay
comparative
again and
trash, baby.
again.
Comparatively, we're pretty pulled together for this one.
Respect.
Next, did you want to write or compel a letter before we wrap up this phase?
I'm okay, but thank you.
Okay, perfect. Then we are going to move on to the next novel chapter. So this is collaboration. It's going to come into play again. It's going to be like the first novel chapter, but instead of a big event that everyone's at, we're going to do either Visitations, which is going to be little scenes of 2-3 people, not the whole cast. Or we can do Split, which is going to be we're going from one scene to another scene that is happening at the exact same time, but there's some sort of significance of them happening as, what do you call that? Coincidingly?
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Same time,
Um,
same time.
So how do folks feel? Do we want to do Visitations? Or do we feel like there's a strong juxtaposition that could play out in a split scene?
I feel like Visitations is probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had a lot of things set up in the first novel chapter and in the epistolary phase. So does anybody want to follow up with a scene? We know that Chalmers has been invited to stay for hunting season, at least for by Abria's character, at least for a bit. We also know
opening.
Edwin is on leave and is currently on the way to visit Dame Clara. We also know that Abria's character and the lady, or the Marquess, the Marquessian,
Marchioness.
the Marchioness, Wildingham and Dame Clara are at odds. So these could all be sources of visitation scenes. And we know that Negaworks' character and the connection of Daniel have started something. And we also know that Adelaide and her stepbrother are reconnecting. So all of this could be cause for that. It could be totally unrelated to those things too, if there's just something interesting you think could happen and you want to see played out. And you can choose yourself to be in a scene, the connections you control, or your major character, or you can use your resolve tokens to compel someone else. And don't forget that you can use the resolve tokens from the rumors and from your negative and positive tags as well. Go ahead, Negs.
I would love to get to chat with Clara, since the driving desire that my character has is to marry in such a way to impress her. I don't know what would impress her.
Right.
And I think it would be very, it would behoove her to actually like have a chat with her about what she expects and what is proper and who she should be looking at to marry and that kind of thing.
Where do you think this would take place? Like where either do you think, and y'all could figure this out together, where would Dame Clara be on a regular afternoon, or would you ask her to meet you somewhere in her on her estate somewhere, or perhaps outside the estate?
I would assume either, and Terry, feel free to like kind of weigh in on this one. I would assume either there's some kind of social event that Clara's attending that she's bringing Adelaide to, and so it's a good time for Adelaide to say like, hey, while we're here, who should I be on the lookout for? Who do you approve of? Like, who don't you? That kind of thing. Or I could see it being something like a private time between them where Adelaide's painting and
Clara's doing whatever she does.
I like that personally. And I think
Like your art studio, someplace I have set up on the estate.
Because I think the implication is that you're living with her, right? So
Yeah.
y'all could run into each other at any point. But I like this idea of her sort of curating your style or technique in a way that maybe a patron would feel entitled to do. That feel good to both of you? Cool. Let's do that.
I have you in a little cottage.
A little cottage. There's actually a thing called an artist's garret where they're specifically set up in the attic. And so it's a lot of space. It's really like wide and spread out, but it's very like short ceilings, but a lot of light from the attic windows. Does that sound cool? Or would you prefer like a room studio?
No, I think that sounds lovely.
Okay. Let's set the scene in sorry, I'm so bad at names. In Adelaide's artist's garret. And can you give us a description of like, let's assume she's been there for just a little bit. Like maybe the big event at the start was her first introduction to Hertfordshire community at large, but she's been there setting up for a while. So what does her studio space look like? And what kind of art can we see from her?
I think she has not a ton of finished pieces up. I think she's kind of like, once I've made it, I'm done with it and it's behind me and I don't need to be looking back at it. And so Clara's kind of constantly taking pieces to decorate her home with, or to be sold, or to be given to whoever commissioned them. So for it being an art studio, she doesn't actually have really any finished pieces. It's a lot of in progress stuff, and it's a lot of pieces that are kind of like midway, and she's just kind of getting started with them. I think she has a trunk almost for things, and you'll notice that she has very few belongings. It's clear she's clearly someone who doesn't have a lot to her name, but the things that she does have, she's clearly taken very good care of them to maybe make them look like they're newer than they are, or that they're in better condition than they should be by now. So there's lots of clothes kind of strewn about, not in a messy way, but in a way that like she doesn't want them to wrinkle by being laid in a way that doesn't work with the fabric or whatever. And a lot of loose leaf sheets of paper, because whenever she gets an idea, she just grabs the nearest sheet of paper she can find and scribbles it down, and then kind of like sticks it down, like, I'll remember that later now. And then she walks
talking
off
about me so much.
and then she never remembers it again, which I totally didn't steal from Terry.
Like stacks.
I really like this. So what do you think like the energy of that is, where it's like it's kind of cluttered but it's refined? Like what is that sort of inner conflict in her that is manifesting in the way she organizes her space?
I think if anyone else walked into that space, it would look messy, and to her everything is exactly where she knows where to find it. It's exactly where it should be. She has created order out of chaos in a way that is very restricted by the surroundings, but it makes sense to her.
Yeah.
And I think it really speaks to like her adaptable nature, that she has done what she has with the space. It wouldn't make sense to anyone else, like walking through almost like the floor is lava style of having to just like walk on the exposed areas of flooring that aren't covered in her stuff.
Right.
But to her, it's neat and tidy, and it makes sense.
Absolutely. And Terry, for Dame Clara, like what set the scene for us as far as like how you engage with your protege? Like what does that look like? Are you demanding? Are you silent? Are you receptive? Are you distracted?
I'm definitely not silent. I think I am interactive. I think I genuinely do want to see her succeed. I might not always know how to probably get the best results, because I myself, even though I have a good eye, may not have the best tact at getting information
Right. Yeah. Maybe a little bit.
relate to people. I mean, but I did go to finishing school, and I do know, how to conduct myself, but I don't always follow those rules.
Mhm.
And I'm doing my best to actually help her, but I'm really trying not to hinder her, and I'm really worried how this might go.
Perfect. All right. And we're sort of pulling in from the outside of what is the name of your estate, Terry?
Oh, the name of my estate is, I had it somewhere, and I've definitely, we'll call it Connerton.
Connerton.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're outside the Connerton estate. And we're pulling in as the rain once again, we are very much in England, is drizzling down on the perfectly curated shingles of the roof. And then we sweep into a large window that peeks into the attic, and we see this scene in progress.
Oh, it's not going to stop again. Oh, another lovely English day. So, how are you finding your accommodations, dear?
Adelaide is painting as this is happening, and I think she's just zoned out. Like, she's not actually registering the words that Clara is saying. You can just see her brow is furrowed, and she's very, very, very... she's concentrating very much on one spot of her painting.
So I'm guessing the lack of answer means maybe I should send servants to clean your quarters more regularly. Or maybe help you organize the space. Is that...
What was that, Clara?
I was asking how your accommodations were going, and if you found them satisfactory. And it's Dame Clara.
Yes, Dame Clara. My apologies. More than satisfactory, ma'am. Beautiful. Exactly what I had hoped for. Thank you.
Good. If we are to have guests that are sitting for you, I might need to arrange more care for the space, or maybe add a few things that could make it more comfortable for guests.
You can do with it what you wish. It's your space after all.
No, it's not mine. I give it to you completely without any, attachments or strings or anything. I just want to ensure that as you are building your reputation and name in society, that this space reflects who you would like to be and aspire to be within society.
And who would you like to see me be in this society, ma'am?
Well, have you not thought about that? A girl of your age and talent.
I've given it some thought, yes.
All right. Well, what is your desire?
To be frank, you have already brought my greatest desire to life by inviting me here. All I've ever wanted was to be able to paint like you allow me to, and to be supported the way you support me. I couldn't ask for more, truly. I should like to be married if
Yes.
it's
Wholeheartedly. We want to ensure you're taken care of, not just by me. I mean, I can definitely I can tend to your needs as long as necessary. But I would like to see you paired handsomely with a suitable and proper match. Someone who appreciates the artist that you are and doesn't want to squander or hinder that, but is able to really care for you in the way that you need. which, considering your family and background, would be financially?
Well, I'm still rather new here. Who might these eligible suitors of such stature be?
We might need to throw a party in a clean home, mine, that could bring forth proper suitors for you. I've got a few ideas of who's out there. There's some very handsome, well-to-do gentlemen that I think have some wonderful titles that would look good on you.
You would do that for me, Dame Clara.
Why not? What else am I doing with my time but helping those who need it?
In that case, just let me know when to be ready by, I suppose.
We shall get you a new wardrobe, shall we?
A new dress?
An entire new wardrobe. Yes, a dress, tiaras, proper gloves, everything I think that you will need to get a man. And a proper fan. You know there's a whole etiquette for fans. Have you been taught? Have you been trained?
A little. Enough to keep up.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I would like to use a monologue token. I would like to see what Clara's or what Adelaide's inner monologue is right now. That
I love it.
Dame Clara is throwing a whole wardrobe at her.
Yeah. Could you mark your monologue token spent, and next, can you mark on your page that you've performed a monologue or are about to, I suppose. Beautiful.
Yes.
Go forth.
Of all the unnecessary things in the world to spend money on, I cannot for the life of me fathom why one would take the considerable wealth of a dame such as Clara's stature and squander it on ribbons and bows and pearls. That being said, I suppose it's not really my business, and seeing as it's not my money, it's no skin off of my nose, and if she wants to dress me up like a doll to attract a man of stature enough to appeal to her, who am I to complain? She keeps me in canvas and paint, and I can't ask for more than that. Still, a bit dreadful to think of having to do another social event so soon after the last one. I wonder if she has something strong to drink to steel my nerves before the shopping trip. I'll have to find out.
And as a proper lady, you need to make sure that you refrain from drinking in public.
Always, yes, Mum. Wouldn't dream of it.
But in private, I think it's all right.
Cheers to that, Mum.
All right, and I think as they're cheersing and laughing, and perhaps Dame Clara sort of hands Adelaide, as she says that, a sniff of gin. And we see them clinking glasses before the scene fades out, and we head to our next vignette. Who we got?
I would love to. Where does Rupert spend his time? Where can he normally be found?
I imagine Rupert. He reads a lot in the library because like he didn't get quite the education that you did, so he takes every advantage. He spends a lot of time planning events. He just tries to make himself as useful as possible, so that hopefully that'll help him someday.
Nice. Then Roz is gonna burst into the library in like a full tweed suit with like an open shotgun under her arm and just like snaps it and goes, "Brother, grab your gun. We're going shooting. We need to practice."
Oh my God, I love this image so much. Can you just really quick describe the family library and what state perhaps we see Rupert in within the library?
Rupert is somewhat like it's kind of a show. Like he's like sitting there with his pipe, smoking like in a sort of lounge chair with a book open. But it is a book about like taxes and law. Like it's not like a fun adventure novel or anything like that. It's like he's doing his homework essentially, but he's
Right.
making it look like he's just casually reading like if it is what my sister wishes, then it is to be done.
It is. And as she goes out, I think like she has stirred up the like whippets in the house. So they're kind of like yipping and barking and kind of like building up a commotion. She is just the antithesis of like calm repose and study.
Do the whippets go on the hunt with you?
No, Rosalind has her own hunting dogs. She just came in with a lot of like, I should be barking now energy.
She had a lot of energy walking around, and they gravitate towards energy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So do you want the girth of the scene to take place hunting practice? Is that what I'm getting?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is just skeet shooting, like
a
the little
prelude.
like
Okay,
you know
yeah.
the little like clay discs? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I am aware.
Just a quick check on chat there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry, describe it really quick.
So it's just out on this big lawn. If anyone's seen The Favorite, it is just fully that scene where they're just like out on the lawn and there's like two servants like 50 yards away with those big like slingshotty things shooting clay discs up.
Right.
Like that's what she means by shooting.
Great.
Yeah.
And there's
I
probably
didn't want to call
like,
them pigeons. They're just little discs.
Yeah.
yeah, there's little, and
Yeah.
there's probably like the servants that are firing the discs, and then there's like a servant for each of us that actually loads our gun for us.
Yeah.
So,
They're there. Rosalind is just talking the whole time and never hands off the gun. So she
Okay.
just does it.
All right. What is she saying?
So brother, what have you been doing to keep busy lately? You're always in the library reading books. What is the point of any of that? You're not a schoolboy anymore.
I am not. I am. Well, Rosalind, not all of us are so fortunate as others, and some of us have to. Well, some of us have to work for a living.
What? We don't. Neither of us has to work for a living. We just maintain
You
the
don't.
ground.
You don't have to work for a living, Rosalind. You don't. You're the mistress of Pembroke. You can come and go as you please.
Mm-hmm.
I am just Iris Willingham's second son,
Look,
or second child.
if you're worried, don't worry, little brother. I will take care of you. That's not a problem. You can be a man of leisure if that's what you so desire. Paul! If that's really what you want. I feel like we don't spend as much time together. as
It's
we did
true.
before.
Yes, I miss all those times you were at boarding school in Paris, and your trips to the Americas, and yes, all that time we spent together. You know, I don't leave this house much.
Yes, you're always in there, writing letters, watching from the walls. Can I spend a resolve token to have found out about the letter that you sent to Mr. Chalmers?
You think, Eric?
I
You
will
can say no. Feel free to say
no. I will say yes, but it's just that he informed you in probably another letter that I had written you, which is not something I would normally do.
Yeah.
Okay. So Abria,
Perfect.
you will lose a resolve token, but chat gave you an extra one. Thank you, chat.
Thank you, chat.
Easy peasy. And then Rupert will gain a resolve token. Go ahead.
I have it on good authority that you sent a letter to Mr. Chalmers. Pray tell, what was it about?
Well,
And then she like very slowly does not look away from you while reloading the gun.
but dear sister, the annual hunt is just around the corner. I assumed you would want him there, but didn't want him to know that you wanted him there. So I thought that if I invited him there, then he would know that you were inviting him there, but you had the deniability. That way you both would be there, but neither having invited each other there.
Actually, that's confusing, but what I gathered is quite helpful. Thank you, brother.
It is no problem. We are family after all.
Yes, we are.
Anyone want to play a monologue token right now?
I would like a monologue token for sure for brother dear. I know he's just talking, but I want to know the inner monologue for what the hell that was, because woof, 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 woof,
Okay.
woof.
Okay, mark off your monologue token as spent. And then Eric, did you already monologue today?
I did.
Okay, that's all right.
My
Go ahead.
sweet, sweet sister. If you only knew the plans that I had, you fall for it. You're so gullible. And if you knew how to play the game, it would be a lot more fun for me. Do you understand that? That it is boring being better at this than you, and you not know that you're even playing.
So, speaking of,
Pull.
oh, nice shot, brother.
Suddenly, Rupert has a gun.
He had it the whole time. He was
had it
just
the whole time,
waiting.
yeah. He didn't
I
wanna
see,
use
I see,
it.
I see. I thought you were sharing a gun and you wouldn't give him the gun.
God,
I
no.
understood.
What do you think of Mr. Chalmers? If I may solicit your opinion, you're an excellent judge of character, I'm sure.
Yes.
Oh,
He's a, I believe, well, I was going to say strong, but what I meant in family, strong in family. He is, I'll be honest, he is a weak man, but a man who has no vices that I see, or at least none that need be spoken of. He seems like he would be a subservient husband to you, and would serve you as the mistress of Pembroke. I see no reason.
do you mean that in a good or a bad way? I honestly can't tell.
Well, you wouldn't want to marry a man who thinks that he would be the master of Pembroke, would you?
No, of course
It is
not.
yours. Exactly.
It is mine.
He's a good man, somewhat quiet. He keeps his mouth shut, and he knows his place.
I mean, that's all well and good, but if I wanted a quiet man that knew his place, I'd marry Daniel or something.
What the fuck?
Well, Daniel does not have Daniel does not have the family for this. He has no name. He has no titles. He has no money. We don't need the money. I'm saying that.
Do we need the money? Have you heard? what
We
they're
don't
saying
need the
about
money.
us?
We don't. I don't know who started this,
don't
but I
know who
promise you, we
started
don't
it.
need the money. If we needed the money, the way we would acquire it would not be by grifting the Havisher's great love of dogs
Yes.
for money.
Yeah. Okay, good.
There's an expectation of the kind of person you will marry, the stature, and I think Alexander has that stature.
So then, I know we're not a hugging family.
No.
Mother is very clear about that.
No,
But-
hugging is for peasants.
Yes, but there's no one around. And as the future mistress of Pembroke, may I hug you, brother?
What my sister wants, she gets.
Oh, thank you. Hold my gun. Please reload it. I think it's broken. I don't know. And then hugs. Gives you a big hug. Okay. Whew. Emotional. Thanks for coming out with me.
I enjoy our time together. I jested earlier about how the infrequency of it, but I do genuinely enjoy spending time with you.
I enjoy spending time with you too, little brother.
And as they have this sort of tender but charged moment between them, we fade out of the scene as they both turn back at the task of hand of shooting the clay pigeons out of the air, perhaps with new resolves and new ideas about what the future brings, or perceptions about each other, or how one might have a new position of manipulation. Who knows? Only time will tell. Do we have another scene
Is
that
it
anyone...
new, or is Clara and Rupert perfectly matched?
Clara and Rupert? I mean, he is the object of your affection. Do we have another scene we want to do?
I want to
Yeah,
meet
we-
Adelaide. How do I meet Adelaide?
We
was
also had
gonna
a
say-
bunch set up in the letters that were not, we don't have to address it this round, but
Yeah.
we could do it next game. But we had a bunch set up in the letters.
I haven't met either of the siblings yet,
Okay.
and I would love to, but I don't know if there's like a narrative
I mean,
way that it.
What about a
makes
secret?
sense.
What about a secret meeting? Because it's like obviously your mom is, or the, magistrate. I'm never gonna remember.
Marchioness.
Marchioness.
I imagine
Wilsingham. Sorry.
Rosalind might come over to Dame Clara's at her beck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they're old friends, so that could definitely make sense. Do we want to, if all three of you met up, or perhaps, you come to call on Dame Clara, but she's out, and so you are finding yourself face to face with Adelaide for the first time. What about
Ooh,
that?
I like that. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So we see as Rosalind approaches the front door. How do you arrive to another estate?
I think she's definitely on horseback.
Okay.
Like being kind of an outdoorsy girl is
Yeah.
like her whole jam. So
Okay.
she'll
Then
just
what-
ride
yeah.
over.
Then a servant meets you at the front circle, and they take the horse from you and take it out back to the stables. I'm sure that Dame Clara has.
Maybe she
to-
better. Are we even
to-
friends? God.
to feed and water them as you make your visit, and as you rap upon the door, another servant answers and goes, "Hello, who is calling?"
Are you kidding?
I just,
And I like take off my hat, like,
Oh, Rosalind. I'm sorry, Lady Mistress Pembroke.
whew!
It's a close one.
It was touch and go there for a second.
To what do we owe the pleasure?
I'm here to call upon my darling childhood friend, Dame Clara. Please show me in. I would love some tea.
Oh, she is temporarily out of the house, but if you would like to wait in the drawing room, I'm sure she will be home most presently.
Where is she? Why would she? And she's Rosalind just like walks in. This is a massive inconvenience to me. I rode all the way across the park.
Shall I make you some tea?
Yeah. Do you have to? Are you new?
Yes.
Where's Abernathy? I miss Abernathy.
He died.
Oh, well.
Pretty
that
tragic,
happens.
actually. He had.
Anyway, I'm in a different room and can no longer hear you.
So we see Rosalind enter into the drawing room and have her pick of the seats. And how do we see Adelaide enter the scene?
I actually think Adelaide would have been in that room prior to her entering.
Okay.
Like, I think she walked in on Adelaide kind of savoring having the house to herself since Clara's out. And I think it's very fitting, though, that she would treat it like she has her pick of the seats. Like, maybe she didn't even notice that Adelaide was already there because she's so, put out by the fact that Clara wasn't there for her.
Absolutely.
Can we do the, like, she's looking over her shoulder, yelling at the servant and, like, halfway sits on her, just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I can move if you would like.
Oh. I mean, I suppose not.
Do you always sit without looking where you're going?
Normally people get out of my way, but today's a day of firsts.
But this time it seems as if you're in mine. Please, have a seat.
Interesting.
Have you already been
new?
off?
Are you also new?
Yes, I'm new. Adelaide Harraby, pleased to make your acquaintance.
Normally, there'd be a... Oh, Adelaide! And she was about to do like some really like mean-spirited correcting of like social form, and then remembers that this name was mentioned like, yes, Harraby, of the people I've never heard of Harraby's. Yes, you're the artist. Oh my goodness. And I want to reach for her and kind of pull her up to standing.
Oh, hello.
Hello, it's so lovely to meet you. Oh my goodness. Do a spin. Let's get a look at you. You're rather pretty for an artist.
What do artists normally look like?
Usually splattered with paint and very, furrowed brow.
And my brow is
Annoyed by
not
dogs.
furrowed.
I mean, not yet, but, well, we've only just met. I could disappoint very quickly.
Give it time.
Mm.
And Adelaide's gonna kind of twirl and kind of like straighten her skirt out a little bit. You know, like when you twirl and then you kind of like flounce your skirt a little.
Yeah.
I don't know the right way to describe that, but you know what I mean.
I know it, I see it, and I feel it. Oh my goodness. You're quite lovely. Hello. I am the mistress of Pembroke, Rosalind Wilden. I forgot my last name. Damn it.
Wildingham.
Wildingham. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And she like offers out her hand.
Adelaide, you can tell she has that moment where she's looking at the angle that Rosalind has offered her hand at, and she's like, is this a hold it? Is this a kiss it? Is this a like put my hand in it thing?
Rosalind quirks an eyebrow, like, what do you do?
Do I bow? Do I curtsy?
I just want to remind people, even if you're not in the scene, you can use resolve tokens to affect it, and you can do monologue tokens whenever. So
yeah, I was about to call monologue token for Rosalind as she sees this person and like what's going on in her mind.
Oh my goodness. I have been out riding for hours trying to figure out what I want to do about the weak-willed but willing Mr. Chalmers. And I got very, very upset and flustered, and I was going to talk to Clara about it because she probably killed her husband, and maybe that's a good way to go. And then I meet one of the prettiest people I've ever seen, and she's not intimidated by me, and she doesn't stammer or look away. And maybe that's rude, but maybe I kind of like it. at the very least, this will be interesting.
I think Adelaide gets the feeling that she's supposed to like take her hand and like kind of bend and curtsy a little to her. And instead she like very deliberately slides her hand under Rosalind's to properly hold it, and then does the little curtsy and then releases her hand.
Sweet. Roz gives it like just a little squeeze and then like gives a half a curtsy back. I am very pleased to make your acquaintance.
Are you a friend of Dame Clara's?
Yes, her ridiculous actions have cast me in quite a bit of acclaim. But she's a dear
Ridiculous
friend.
actions?
Oh, maybe you weren't here at the party. She
Oh,
got kicked out of the party by my mother.
The benefit for sensitive whippets?
Yes, the cold dog party.
Yes.
My mother throws it every year. It's ridiculous.
No, I was present. You must have overlooked me.
Huh. I cannot imagine that I would have.
And
But-
yet it came to pass.
Well, I appreciate being able to meet and speak with you in quieter circumstances.
Have you already been offered tea, or would you
Yes,
like
the
me
new
to...
one asked who I was and if I wanted tea.
Right, Mum,
Not
I
very
didn't
good.
want to interrupt, so I was just waiting.
Please,
I'll deliver it. I'll deliver it.
Adelaide, do something.
It's
hastily
quite all
Do
right.
something.
We're ready for tea now, thank you.
The servant comes with a full silver tray laden with just gorgeous, ornate, and floral, perfect matching tea set, and places it down with 2 cups, 2 saucers, and a perfectly warm pot in front of you, and then hastily turns and walks out of the room.
Adelaide's going to gesture that, she's waiting for Rosalind to sit first.
Oh. And yeah, she'll like very like slowly like sit down on the same couch. She would have sat across, but has decided to sit on the same side of the couch just to be a little annoying.
I just imagine after you. No, after you. No,
Yes.
after you. Like,
Oh no, Rosalind's a butt. She definitely sits down. Like, yes, after me. So
Adelaide sits and starts drinking her tea.
yes, please tell me all about yourself. Where'd you come from? Where did Clara find you? And what are you working on now? Also, are you any good at painting thin dogs?
Painting thin dogs.
Mm-hmm. No, in the order I asked, please and thank you.
Right. I just arrived to town recently at the behest of Dame Clara. She has taken it upon herself to support my work as an artist. And I'm here to learn and to grow and to see what life here has in store for me. What am I working on right now? Was that your question?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I have a few paintings in my studio. I don't like to be working on one piece at any one given time. I find I make better work when my mind is free to wander and explore other ideas. So,
That
to answer
I
your
respect.
final question, I have little to no experience painting small dogs, but I've yet to find a subject I couldn't master.
Just a really slow tea sip.
I would like to spend a resolve token that Rosalind is drinking the tea, and as Adelaide says that, she spits a little bit of it up.
Okay, here's the
No,
real
our-
question. Does it get on her? Like on her blouse? or
No,
whatever
it's
she's
just
wearing?
like that
Thank you.
awkward like 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 she becomes all flustered by
Okay,
it.
well,
I would do an awkward. I would negotiate away from. I am too vain to ever mar my own appearance.
Well, I'll throw in another resolve token if you spill some on yourself.
Ugh,
You don't have to take it.
I do though.
You don't.
I like peer pressure. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna lose a resolve token.
Same.
Eric is gonna lose a resolve token,
So
and
many. Good
Rosalind's gonna
Lord.
get 2.
All
I
right.
love how incredibly low the stakes are, but how just
They're
it
so
is-
high.
it
They're
is
so high. They're so high.
Oh.
Are you
oh.
okay?
Oh,
you're
I was in
acting.
character.
Damn it, I'm sorry.
I
Good
did
acting. This always happens. You lie to me or you act, and I believe you.
I'm just good at coughing.
I'm so sorry.
oh God. Oh. Ooh,
Are you
ow.
all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's nothing. Ow. You were master.
Above game, what's the name of the servant that served us tea?
I don't think either of you know. Man who brings tea.
Tea lad.
Tea lad. Wait, I have a Patreon supporters. If you're a supporter of Saving Throw Show on Patreon, there was a thing that went up today, a Google form that you could respond with a random Regency name of your choice, and perhaps that name would be entered into the game. So I think this is a prime time to bring it in. I rolled a 6, so let's go with number 6. The servant's name is Theodore Woodhouse Esquire.
Oh,
I
that's
imagine
so much name
I
for a
imagine
dude
they're
that
not an
fetches tea.
Esquire. We're gonna drop the Esquire, but the servant's name is Theodore Woodhouse.
Theodore,
Yes, Mum.
could you be so kind as to get something to clean up the fair lady's spill?
Yes, I shall fetch a cloth.
Right.
Right. He shuffles off.
Truly, it's fine. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Was
Oh,
something
interesting.
wrong with the tea, or?
Not at all what I was expecting. You know, she just kind of puts it back down very loudly. Well, please consider this an order to make yourself known at Pembroke at the earliest convenience so that we can talk patronage.
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I know that Dame Clara was planning to host some sort of soiree, an introduction to society here for me. And I'm sure you will be hearing from her shortly with invitation for you and the rest of your family.
Are you inviting me to your party?
I have neither the power nor the means to. I'm merely passing along the information that Dame Clara is hosting a party, and Dame Clara will be sending out the invitation shortly.
Well, I am a very, very busy woman and can't always make every occasion. But if you were to ask, I'd consider it. Well, I ought to go. Dame Clara isn't here. And, you know, propriety.
I
just
brought the
gonna-
rag. I mean,
Oh,
cloth.
get out of here! Who are you?
Your spill, ma'am.
Get away from me.
Do you want me to
Go
dab it
get
up?
my horse.
Oh, okay.
You know what a horse is. Bring mine.
I do know what a horse is. It's got 4 legs, a long face.
We don't need you to describe it,
Oh,
Theodore.
okay.
We
My
need you to
God.
fetch it.
What does your
please.
horse look like?
It's the only horse that doesn't
I
belong
hate
to us.
it.
Make haste, get another attendant, and they will see to it.
Right away, Miss Adelaide.
Thank you, Theodore.
And with that, I think I'm just gonna give like a little half of a bow and a smirk, and then turn and walk out.
I would love to know as we see her leave, like what is Adelaide's expression?
I think Adelaide's smiling. I think this is like the most intellectually stimulating conversation she's had since the whippet sensitivity benefit, and it has her in a good humor.
Love it. That's beautiful. Do we get any backwards glances or anything from your character, Bria?
No, she knows enough to not look backwards, but like as she's saddling up, she is absolutely like staring back and just sort of laughing to herself. And then just like has like a massive, like genuine grin as she takes off at a full gallop back towards Pembroke.
I love it. And we the camera sort of fades out as we see Rosalind riding off on the dirt road as the sun is coming down in the sky. A bit of dust kicked up behind her. And with that, we are going to move on to the next cycle of play. Amazing novel chapter, everyone. GG's. And this is the reputation phase again. So just like before, we're going to assess major characters' behavior against the reputation criteria, and we're going to create tags or trigger reputation conditions. So does anyone want to step forth and see how their reputation has changed? Anyone negative, positive?
I mean, I'll go. I would love some outside perspective on what y'all think, 'cause last time that was super helpful. I could be totally off base here, but I feel like she is acting in line with what Clara wants from her, essentially. Like, she is very much not into the idea of, throwing a party and going shopping and getting dressed up and entertaining suitors, but she's agreeing to it, and she's, capitalizing on the opportunities as they're coming her way. And she's engaging in the kind of banter that I think she expects Clara would want her to engage in.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
100%.
Okay, perfect. So you'll gain a positive tag. Which one do you want to choose?
I already used obedient last time, so I'd like to use something a little different and maybe deviate from come up with something different.
Yeah.
Because right now the two positive tags she has are innocent and obedient.
It could be like loyal or driven or
Pragmatic.
That's good.
I like that.
Okay. So if you add pragmatic, that's going to give you 3 positive reputation tags, which means you're going to check a reputation condition. And then we are going to look at is it your character role? Yes. Look at your character role, which is the newcomer, the new arrival. So you can choose between your positive reputation conditions: unexpected connection, a famous, wealthy, or aristocratic connection you made abroad arrives in town. Create them as a connection. While this condition is active, you remain their favorite. Or quite indebted, choose a connection. Until this condition is erased, this connection is in your debt for good deeds you performed while away.
I'm gonna go for it quite indebted.
Okay. And who is that? You don't have to decide right now, but we'll need to know at the top of the game next time. But you might have an idea. Okay. Do you have an idea now of who might be indebted to you?
Yes, definitely. I think that would be her stepbrother, Ashton.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Love it. So I don't think there's a place for notes there. If you hover over, a description box should pop up. So feel free to put any notes there. so we can all sort of have that at hand
Okay.
to reference. But yeah, anyone else taking a negative or positive reputation tag?
I mean, I don't think I did anything overtly negative. I did underhanded things, but I feel like he did, like, when asked by his sister, who is the head of who is his elder sister and also in line to drop what he was doing in shooting, he did it.
So you think another positive tag for Rupert?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you acted in obedience of society's conventions.
Yeah. I would say influential, because especially because Rosalind came asking for advice on things.
Okay. So add that to your sheet, and you will also get a positive reputation condition. And remind me again, which role are you?
I'm the cornerstone.
Okay, so your 2 positive reputation conditions can be head of the household. You're considered by society to speak for your family. Anyone wishing to deal with your family or arrange a marriage comes to you first, which might benefit you as far as you trying to hook your sister up with what's his ass. And then you could also choose familial guidance. Your family members seek your advice on all important matters, and if it appears reasonable, will attempt to follow it.
I feel like familial guidance.
Okay. I think you could definitely use that to your advantage. Yeah. So sort of playing the part has.
Yeah. It's yeah. He's the person everyone comes to with their problems.
Yeah. Cool. Anyone else positive or negative tag?
I think that I denied my desires to spend more time alone with Adelaide in order to uphold the superiority of my rank, which was Gitfo when someone of equal peerage was not around.
Mm-hmm. So positive tag.
Yeah.
Okay. And that'll be only your second, so you won't gain a condition, but you're well on your way.
I'm gonna be influential.
Perfect. And is that the only tag you feel like you garnered?
I think so.
I think so. You also you had another scene, right?
Yeah. I mean, I talked to
with
my
your
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of the same bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were a little less formal with Adelaide, but you didn't let her talk down to you or anything.
Yeah, would not let that shit happen.
Yeah. Terry, what do you think?
Hi, I finally turned on the Roll20 music because everyone kept talking about it. So now I have the soundtrack to our lives, and it feels a little richer, but I also just had to figure out how to turn the volume down because I don't know what I'm doing, and it was too loud at first.
That's okay.
So
yeah.
I'm with you, but also I was like, listening to this beautiful music. Hi. I don't remember what I did in this last thing. I feel like I just did I just tried to get my girl here to suit up so she could get a suitor.
Which is I think is in convention with society. You know, she's a young woman and you are her patron and you want to see her well off. I mean, the whole point of being her patron is to support her.
And make
you can
sure
do that in the arts and her love life. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to take care of her. So would that be a positive thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't think you did anything negative during this last scene.
Time.
So not this time.
Every time before, though.
You did it in private. I feel like I love that bit at the end where you're like, well, a woman should never drink in public, but in private, I see no problem. And then the clinking of the glasses. I think if maybe someone had seen that, because it's usually the hard liquor, I think, is reserved for men.
Yeah.
So if someone had seen that, perhaps it would have been a negative tag, but you did that privately. So I think maybe we just stick with the positive tag.
Okay, great.
So you can add the either sensible, well-connected, dependable, generous, or caring, or you can come up with your own positive tag.
I think we can do caring, because I feel like I was trying to be nurturing or caring with her.
Yeah.
Even if she didn't feel that it was that. inner monologue that I didn't get to hear, but I heard, but she did, but I didn't hear.
Love you.
She's in a different world than you know, or
I
she
know,
comes
it's
from
so
a different
funny.
world.
Oh no, full on. No, I get it. Like
Yeah.
it's full on. I kept thinking about like, Emma and / Clueless, and it's like you've got to like do the makeover on somebody. It's got to be done.
Yeah,
Got it.
absolutely.
We're getting Austen on Austen.
Perfect. Well, I think that's everybody's tag. So that will finish up our reputation phase. We resolved the conditions that you got. And remember, you can use those positive tags as resolve tokens at any time. So you could potentially lose your positive or negative condition if you garner one, as long as you are scooping up one of those positive or negative tags as a resolve token to be used in a scene, either to your benefit or to your deficit. And let's see. Our next phase is the epistolary. We're going a little late. Are y'all okay? Because we could save the epistolary scene for next time if anyone's
Yo,
certain.
I'm good. I could
Good?
play this game forever, I think.
Okay. Next,
Oh
you're
my
okay?
goodness.
Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's just keep it, for time's sake, let's keep it to one letter each. You can either write a letter or you can compel someone else to write a letter. And like Terry did, thank you, Terry, in the last epistolary phase, you wrote a letter to the paper. Like that's something you can totally do. It doesn't have to be to a character that is in the game. It can be to anyone or anything. So who wants to go first?
I'm going to compel a response from Alexander. I don't know his name. I love him very much.
Alexander Chalmers. You
Yeah.
made him. Didn't you make him?
I did make him.
It's fine. All right, go forth.
Wait, what do I do?
Oh, am I writing a letter to?
Oh,
You're
I'm
compelling a
sorry. I
letter?
missed what you said, Abri. I thought you said you were writing a letter to
No,
him.
I'm compelling a letter from him.
To who? From who?
Oh God.
From who?
From
To
Alexander
to me.
to Rosalind.
Oh, so who's
Yeah.
playing Alexander?
That's me.
Terry. So you have to write that letter.
I
We're
spend the
going
token?
to. You spend a token, and we're going to give that token to Alexander.
Alexander.
I already gave him the token, so
Thank
good
you.
to go. Terry, take it away, my love.
My dearest, I am overwhelmed with joy knowing that you walk the earth, the goddess that you are. You light up my senses and fill my days with goodness. I cannot tell you. Scratches out little scratch marks. Words cannot express, even though I'm trying to use words right now to tell you that you are everything and more. Your brother has reached out to me and expressed, I think, a gentle bit of concern for my stature. But I shall have you know that I am and will always be a very strong and passionate man. And that my countenance may not always seem as sure as my feelings are for you. They are unshaken, unnerved, unbothered, and here for you till the ends of the earth. I intend to ask you something very important very soon. I shall need to get the permission of your father for this intention. I will make sure that you are cared for and have no fear that I do have a fortune that shall sustain you and care for you in the ways that you should always be cared for. My dearest, affectionately yours, A. Chalmers.
Beautiful. That was beautiful, Terry. Oh, is that what you wanted, Abria?
100%. Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome.
I love you.
Everything is sizzling and it's going. I love it. Okay, who's next? Epistolary phase.
I'm still thinking.
That's okay. You can also
yeah.
use you don't have to write a letter. You can use a resolve token to compel someone else to write a letter. Just to refresh a couple things.
Ooh.
You know, Rupert is scheming some shit, so he might need some help with that. He could write a letter for that. Chalmers has also been has been invited to go hunting, right? So we kind of covered that.
Can I change it from hunting to shooting, where we just ride around in the woods and then go skeet shooting? Because there's no animals.
I was thinking, like, in my mind, in a Jane Austen novel, there's no hunting that takes place. Like, they say they're going hunting and then they ride around on horseback surrounded by dogs, and that's
cool. That's all I wanted. That's
Yeah,
100% all I wanted was to wear tweed, be surrounded by dogs, and ride a horse.
Like,
It's
they
Dad's-
shoot at things and it's like a shadow. It's like nothing.
It's Dad's fishing. They go to a boat
Yes.
and they get drunk.
Yeah. Okay,
Exactly.
cool. That's all I wanted.
Like,
I
it's
just wanted to be
a
very
reason
clear
to
about
be
that.
alone in the woods,
Yes.
you know, or to get away from the house.
With
so.
good non-skinny dogs.
Good non-skinny. Well, we'll see.
What? I want a thick
I
dog.
feel like there's only whippets on that estate.
There's only whippet.
I would just like to point out, though, if you haven't seen a whippet that is not skinny, you're missing out. Because when they get chunky, oh my
Precious.
God.
Iconic.
Oh my God.
I never
I
seen
wanna
a
call
skinny
that a cool
whippet. I want to
whippet.
see one.
Oh, they're so cute. I love whippets. I love whippets so much. My dog is like very tinily part whippet, just that she shakes a lot and cries. That's
Oh,
it. That's all
like
it
the
is.
dog at my house. I love them in the because I love the dog show. I can't wait next week, Thanksgiving, you guys. The National Dog Show. Like my family, they're like, "Oh, what are you
Yes.
doing?" I'm like, "I have to go to the other room." They were gonna watch football in another room. I'm definitely just going to watch the dog show. 'Cause I
That's
can't
the
watch
real
football.
holiday, to be sure.
It's what I live for and what I wait for.
Westminster, absolutely.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. So that in mind.
I would like to use one of my resolve tokens to compel Daniel to write a letter to Rupert.
Ugh.
Oh. About what?
I mean, do I get to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And then we negotiate if I
Sure.
agree with that or not.
Okay. Sure. So
Okay, this link, Dom, please.
what? What is it?
You put a chunky whippet in the chat. Dom showed us
Tell me that
chunky
doesn't-
whippet.
Tell me that doesn't
Yo.
look like Oryx, though.
Please
right?
respond.
Looks like Oryx. I
That
showed
looks
you
like
my
Oryx.
chunky whippet. Please respond. Oh my god.
I
I
You put it
told
in
you we're
chat.
calling them cool whippets. 'cause
Cool
they
whippets.
eat desserts.
Dude, I used to have a roommate who did whippets, and that's different.
Oh,
We haven't done that since college.
Oh,
Don't
no.
do it. That's how you lose brain cells, fam. Don't do that. Sorry, go ahead, Nice.
Okay.
Just opened it.
So I just know that, Daniel's kind of driving thing is that he's always trying to impress Rupert and trying to, be his right-hand man and everything. And I'm curious how much, if at all, Daniel knows about Rupert's scheming, and if he is trying to assist him, if he's
Right.
trying to talk him out of it, if he is maybe like reaching out to Rupert with an update he got. Like, I don't really know how Daniel spends his
Yeah.
time outside of being attached to Rupert's hip. Like, maybe Rupert gave him an activity to do that week to like help him with what he's doing with his sister. I just want to get to know Daniel better, and I think the dynamic between the two of them, I just really like the way he interacts with Rupert. So I would love to see it
Okay.
through that lens.
So am I part of this?
Everything's collaborative. Everything's collaborative. So let me know.
I'm all for this. I think his interaction with Adelaide has to be a major chunk of this letter, like because I don't think Daniel has like him kind of falling for Adelaide has to be kind of a bit of this too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But do you think, I guess what I need to know is like, did Rupert instruct Daniel to keep an eye on his sister?
I think, yeah. I think because society, like, it would be uncouth for him to be watching his sister because he had to be at the party.
All right.
But no one cares what Daniel's doing.
Wow. Rude. Okay. So I agree to this, by the way. So next you can expend a resolve token, and I will give Daniel a resolve token, which is great because he had 0. So perfect. My dearest Rupert, I mean my good friend Rupert, I mean Lord Rupert, Lord Wildingham.
Not a lord. Sorry.
Is he not?
He is nothing.
But wait, but does he make Daniel call him Lord Wildingham?
No, I don't.
Can I use a resolve token? No, I'm just kidding.
You'll have to use a resolve token to make that a real thing.
We still have monologue tokens too. We have to spend by the end of the game. So
because Rupert is nothing if not prim and proper. He would not force until he is the master of Pembroke. He would
Which
never.
You're not gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he'll say, my dearest friend Rupert, I write to you today to follow up on the task that you had assigned to me. You asked me forthwith to keep an eye on your sister amidst the celebrations of the cold whippets. And I must admit, I confess to you that I did see her leaving the estate with none other than Claire, Dame Clara Andrews. And they seemed in good spirits, despite the fact that they had, that Dame Clara Andrews and your mother, Methobody,
Mr. Mistopheles.
Marchioness Wildingham.
Simple Daniel.
It's just like half the letter is scratched out. Marchioness of Pembroke had what seemed to be a subtle but certain tiff in the midst of the celebrations. And I do wonder what sort of underhanded nature this is about, especially considering all the information that you have given to me about your sister in regards to her philandering and lying and deceptionary works in the state of your family. But I also must confess to you, as a friend, I met a lady. I will repeat that. I met a lady. Rupert, I met a lady while I was hence spying upon your sister, and she was quite handsome and quick of wit and easy of conversation, and I find myself quite smitten. And I've never been in this position before, as you are normally the person at which the ladies are smitten or witty or handsome with. And so I do not know how to proceed. So as a friend, I do request that perhaps you give me some advice on the matter, because I would like to see her again and look upon her handsome face and be in revel of her quick wit and her obvious learned nature. But I do not know how to go about such a thing. So if you could proceed to reply to this letter, perhaps next chance we meet, you walk me through the process of such things, I would be gratefully grateful. Until then, I will do my best to follow your sister and see of her whereabouts and her meetings and her movements. Yours always, Daniel.
I have a question.
Mhm.
I have 4 resolve tokens. How many do I have to burn to get that letter?
To get my reply.
No, to get
Daniel's
it instead
letter.
of you.
Oh.
So
He
I think
scratches out a lot of stuff. What if he got like it's R and then a blob? We have the same last name.
I really
True.
love this. This is up to Eric though, because this is something that would really affect his
Eric, I'll give
character
you
arc.
so many resolve tokens.
I will take 2 resolve tokens for you to be accidentally given this letter after I had already read
Wow.
it.
After you had read
Okay,
it.
that's fine.
Okay.
Wait,
2
one.
resolve tokens?
One if
No,
you
I get
got
one,
it
one,
too.
one. Yeah, one.
Okay.
Okay.
One resolve token. I had already read it and placed it down, and then you see the letter that you think is addressed to you.
Yeah.
Because it's our scribble
Eric?
wilding it.
I think you took one of your resolve tokens away. You should be adding one. Why
No,
are you
he's
just
got
getting?
2. He had
why are
1
you just
before, now he
getting
has
less?
2.
He had 3 before.
No,
No.
because I've used them.
Oh, the original negotiation was for 2 resolve tokens, and then we argued it down.
Oh,
to
I
1.
see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, and you took one away, Abria.
Yep, I had 4 and now I have 3.
You just have
Yeah.
so many.
Yes, you-
Okay. Perfect. So how does
Landon.
Rosalind get this letter after Rupert has read it? Does she go into his room and take it?
Glad.
I imagine he didn't read it in his room. He probably read it in like the library.
And I was like, books are important. I should read one. And then I
Well-
saw a letter that was our scribble.
You do
Wow,
know that
Daniel.
your brother spends a lot of sort of display time in the library, looking
Yeah.
important and well read.
You probably went in like looking for me for some reason, and then see the letter, which
a stack of papers.
yeah.
And I think it's very obvious that I'm like, it could be for me.
Okay.
Probably not, but it could be because it's a
Does-
scribble.
And
Anyone
also,
wanna? Sorry.
I had told you that I wrote Alexander, so you're like, oh, did Alexander write you back or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just
Because you know Daniel forgot to put his name on the front. It just said to Rupert. To R. Wildingham.
exactly.
Does anyone want to? We have some monologue tokens left. Does anybody want to use a monologue token on Rosalind to see what she's thinking in the midst of reading this letter she was not supposed to read?
Do I have a token? I can't remember if I crossed one out or if I still have one. I'm
You
happy
have
to use
one.
it.
It looks
You
like
have
saw
one.
Okay, I would like to do that. I would like
Okay.
to hear more because I'm very invested in whatever the hell
hear
she's
it.
doing.
Yeah.
What could this letter be? I mean, plausible deniability says it could be for me, because that's terrible penmanship. Oh, it says Rupert at the top, but I've already started. I might as well keep going. Oh, this must be Daniel. He's very philandering.
I don't know what that word means for the record.
Google it.
Mhm.
Oh, what? Following me? Spying on me? That little cretin.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry I said philandering.
Oh no, it's funny. That's great. It's probably like the social version of that
kinda
is like
true.
touching
It's
hand
kinda
to
true.
hand.
All
yeah,
things considered with the last scene.
for sure. It didn't say it was inaccurate. It's just rude to say that.
Oh my God. Love it. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Easily sniveling little. Not a girl. Huh. Did he say the name?
Didn't. I think part of him is probably worried that Rupert would steal this woman away from him, as he has done so many women before.
I mean, Rupert has bigger fish to fry, but also he would steal Daniel's.
I think there's a history
yeah.
of being like, no, you don't get to talk to women. I get to talk to women.
You can have the
It's-
ones I don't want.
Oh, gross.
I'm going to find out exactly who this woman is. Oh, Daniel. Oh, you stupid, stupid boy. You've been following the wrong person. My brother is going to... I thought, well, that's how it has to be then. Mother trained me well for this, and I will be the Marchioness of Pembroke. And she's gonna like tear the letter in half and throw it in the fire.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Did anybody else need a letter yet? Is everybody good? Terry, did you get one? I don't think you wrote one yet.
I made her write one.
Oh, that's right.
So that
From
was
a
like me
connection.
doing
From a
it.
connection.
Yeah.
But Terry did not get to either write one for her major character or demand one from somebody else.
I don't know who I'd want one from right now.
You can also pass too if you want.
I think I'm good for right now. I feel like I've caused enough trouble this evening.
Eric, did you get one?
I received one. I have not written one.
Okay. Do you want to write one or compel someone to write one?
I would like to write a quick letter to my father. And dear father, I hope that this letter finds you in good health and that your business ventures in London have been prosperous. I write to inform you that preparations for the annual hunt are going swimmingly. We shall have a few extra guests this year. The Alexander Chalmers has been invited on my behest to join us. I hope you do not mind that I took such initiative. He, as you know, he is quite fond of my sister. I have been watching her. I have, she, after the events of the Sensitivity of Whippets ball, it has been my honor to make sure that she no longer continues to flaunt her friendship with Dame Clara, but I am only so powerful as you know. Your loving son, Rupert.
Love it. Beautiful. All right. And with that, we will wrap up the epistolary phase and head into our last cycle of the game, the upkeep phase. So anyone who's not used a monologue token yet on somebody should use it now. And it looks like people have monologued, but Negs, you have not given out a monologue token yet.
I have not.
Who do you want to hear from? You can extrapolate a scene collaboratively, or you can go back to a previous scene to hear what they were thinking at the time, anything like that, or just what they think on a certain matter.
I would be curious to hear from... Dame Clara, actually, about Edwin. Because that was brought up earlier, but we didn't really hear her talk about him.
Absolutely.
So I would love to kind of get some insight. Where does Edwin stand with her? How does she feel about him? Is there a chance that old flame could rekindle?
Love it. Perfect.
Well, all right. So, my feelings. You want to know how I feel about? Do I'm talking to him directly? Who am I? Am I just talking in
You're
general?
monologuing. This is your inner monologue.
Oh, great. Okay. Oh, Edwin. Ever there, ever there. Sometimes you might say maybe he's there in case of an emergency. I'm just not sure if I should keep leading him on and continuing to try to draw him near me again, or allow him to stay at the estate for an extended period of time. I know he said the short or long, however long I wanted him around, but to be honest, I'm not sure. What we had was fun when we were young. But am I getting too old for such games? Should I be settling down with someone who has an even greater reputation and a greater fortune? Not that I need more money, but the desire for it is uncontrollable. I don't know. I still find him very attractive. That's for sure. He's smart, he's handsome. He cuts an imposing figure when he walks into a room. But is that enough? Will anything ever be enough? God, I'm so bored. Oh, everything is so mundane, but that dear Adelaide, she's brightened up the place. It is nice to have a project and someone to spend time with. But I feel like everyone around me, for some reason, never really gets to know me or appreciate me truly. They mostly just want my money. Well, I guess it's not so bad because I mostly want theirs sometimes too. Oh, who's to say? Well, maybe I shall write Edwin back and let him know. He can stay, but maybe I give him a strict amount of time so that I don't let him in here for longer than I should. Is this what it's like to be queen, I wonder? Does she have to put parameters on those who spend time with her so she doesn't feel drained or bored? Is she constantly bored? I wonder. The end. I don't know what else to say.
That was great. No, yeah, that was great. Thank you. All right, then the only thing we have to do left in upkeep is consider our desires. Does anyone want to change their desire? At the end of all of this, has the want in your heart changed?
Nope. And if a Bria keeps doing my job for me, I'm gonna get it a lot sooner than I want.
Excuse me, I'm being a very good head of the household.
Bria, what do you think about your desire?
Yeah, let's get these. We gotta stack these proposals, baby.
Okay.
Let's go.
Next.
Mine is staying for now.
Okay. And Terry.
I'm on mute, but my
yeah.
captions keep going, so that's always fun to see. No.
So you're trying to turn your
yeah.
enemies against your enemies' connections against them, which you.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
You're doing a good job as far as I mean, if your enemy is the mother Iris. I'm sorry, Marchioness of Pembroke.
Marchioness
of Pembroke.
Marchioness of Pembroke.
You kind of seem like you're turning her daughter against her.
Quite possible. And then now that I've written that letter, I mean, I didn't write a letter to the paper, but maybe there could be other connections that could read the paper.
Absolutely.
The Havisha paper.
How are you feeling about the sort of object of affection with Rupert?
I have not triggered anything for it at the moment, but
do you think you are inclined to?
We'll see. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think the tension might be weird and might be fun and could be exciting.
I think it can work into you. It can work into you turning your enemy's connections against them. Like if you seduce your enemy's son, you know, and in a different way seduce their daughter. Like
he also like is hungry for power, and maybe I can help instill that in him. And I feel like maybe we'll see.
For all of our former childhood friendship, will you please bang the scheming out of my brother? He's so much.
I wonder if that's the first time that sentence has been uttered in the history of the world.
Bang the scheming out of my brother.
That scheming out of my brother.
I like it.
Cool. Well, that wraps up our final phase of the game tonight. Thank you all for hanging out a little bit later. We're going to be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. PST on the same bat channel, same bat place. And before we go, let's go through our players here and see what we have to plug. Eric.
Hi, everyone. You can catch me on the internet at Mostly Eric, most places, including Twitch, where I stream during the weekdays. And then Sundays here on this channel at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can catch New Pantheon Academia, which is our new campaign, which is a sort of anime JoJo Bizarre Adventures inspired game about demigods and whatnot.
Love it. Absolutely. Negs?
Hi, I'm Nego Oryx. I am a full-time streamer, tabletop RPG player, and a freelance host here on the interwebs. You can catch me live 4 days a week on my own Twitch channel, which is Nego Oryx. Same on all socials. Tomorrow, though, I'm going to be doing something special. I am having an early birthday party for my birthday. I'm going to be on the front page of Twitch from 1 to 3 p.m. Pacific, fundraising for Able Gamers, which is an organization dedicated to making gaming accessible for everyone. And I'm very, very excited to say Twitch is going to be matching up to $20,000 tomorrow.
Let's go.
So,
Let's go.
Every dollar we fundraise, Twitch is going to be putting up a dollar. And that means if we raise $20,000, it'll actually be $40K. So let's make Twitch pay. Let's just drain that big corporation money.
That Daddy Bezos bank account.
Yeah. So
love
it. Tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific is when we're going to be starting. And thank you so much for having me and for running such an amazing first session of this, Vanna. This was so much fun. And I'm so proud of you, and you're amazing, and everything you do is wonderful.
I love you so much, and thank you for being a part of it. Oh my god, I want to be.
Oh my god, so
Terry.
I love you guys so much. You're so cute. It's so cute. You all love each other, and I love you, and I love it.
I love all of you.
Oh my god. How fun was this? This was really
so
cool.
Fun. Yeah. Let's do it for 4 more hours, to be honest.
Yes, we're about to do that. Let's do that. We can
oh
do
my
another. We can do it all again next week. I can't
love
wait.
It. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna fix this dress between now and then, though. I need to do some alterations and some tailoring, and I can't wait. Hi guys, I'm Terry at the Terry Gamble on pretty much all the social medias. That's Terry with 1 R. I'm Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also find me at Horror Movie Survival Guide every Monday. We have new episodes that come out. This last week we interviewed Keith Gordon. He's an amazing actor turned director from some iconic films from the 80s like Legend of Billie Jean and Jaws 2, and so many other wonderful things. He was really great to chat with. Check it out, especially if you're a film nerd. He worked with like everybody from Bob Fosse to Brian De Palma and like all these amazing directors in the beginning of his acting career and stuff too, and had some really fun little nuggets and juicy stories to share with us, which was just freaking great. You can also find me Thursday nights at not nights, but Diversity Hire Comedy. We have videos that come out. I run a sketch comedy. And we are doing actually a live chat with our fans as we do our series finale for our first series, Saved by the Improv, this Thursday night, I believe at 6 p.m. Pacific. I could be wrong, but you'll see it on my twits and all that kind of good stuff. I'll be posting about it. And then we just wrapped at Fridays at Ripley Improv. We just had our mid-season series finale. I survived, so thank you for those who watched that and voted for me, because I could have been mortally wounded in the hospital. But I play a doctor. It's like Grey's Anatomy, but all improvised with amazing folks. We have some fun guest stars lined up already for next season, and it's going to be lit. Like, seriously, I wish I could tell you, but you're going to have to just keep an eye out for the space and see what's going to happen. I don't know what else to talk about. Happy almost Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week before then anyway. Cool. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, which is always the way, but I'm just going to leave it.
Socials,
I feel that.
You'll post on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bria.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar. You can catch me on social media at Quiddy, Q-U-I-D-D-I-E. Let's start with the podcast first. Every Monday, a new episode of Storybenders and Avatar: The Last Airbender podcast is released. It's super good and fun. Every other Friday, a new episode of 12-Sided Stories, a fully produced AP podcast, is released. We are currently playing through Heliotrope, which is a Hack the Planet campaign that I'm running for the squad. On Sundays, you can catch me on Creature Collectors on Critical Bards channel at 1 p.m. All times are Pacific. On Mondays, you can catch me playing Rime of the Frost Maiden with Chaos Initiative on D&D's Twitch channel, also at 1 p.m. Tuesdays before this at 5:30, you can catch me playing Operation Emberfall over on Q Times channel. Every Wednesday is The Unleashed, which is a very cool transmedia masks campaign that I run over on Strawberry 17 Plays at 6:30 p.m. Department of Mysteries just finished up over on Dragon and Things channel, but go catch the VOD because it's really cool and we want to like tell more of that story. So please go support it. And on Fridays, you can catch me at 1 o'clock over on Dice Envy's channel, where we just hang out and do very little constructive work. But then at 3 p.m. over on Strawberry 17 Plays, we have After Hours at the Maximum, which is our chat back for the previous episode of The Unleashed. And starting up December 4th, I will be joining the Failed Saves cast over on Pixel Circus for season 2. So keep an eye out for that.
Oh my God, Abria. Every week I know what's coming, and every week I'm still fucking shocked.
There's like, every week there's like 3 or 4 more. The hardest working woman in tabletop.
Oh my God,
away.
absolutely.
It's not less, I think.
I don't think it's less. I don't think it's less. It's either the same or more.
I don't know how less works.
Every time you turn down a show, you get added to 2 more.
Yes, that's how it works. It is like
That
your like Grecian curse is, instead of pushing the boulder up the hill, you are perpetually turning down 1 gig and accepting 2 more.
It's just me and Boldy. So
my goodness. But please go check out Abria on everything. She's incredible. And yeah, I've been your intrepid host, facilitator, as it were, for this game. My name is Vanna. You can find me streaming 5 days a week over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Vanna. That is VANA. And the rest of the info you can find out on my Twitter, Havanarama, spelled similarly, but with a ha in the front and an M in the ma. A weird way to put it, but we're sticking with it. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Thanks for going late with us. We will be back next week. I hope you can join us because honestly, this is just the beginning. I'm so glad we got 3 eps because, and potentially 4. Did we hit that goal of 150? We might have a 4th episode of zombies. No, okay. We didn't.
I didn't hear that. Maybe.
No.
Wrong maybe.
But 3 episodes. We're excited to do it. Please tune in next week. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Keep fighting to make the world a better place. And we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.